All right.
And you're live.
Welcome to Encounter Roleplays Meatgrinder. This is for the month of March, and we are going to do some terrible, terrible things to these wonderful, wonderful people here, and all in the name of Doctors Without Borders, phenomenal charity. I have a monthly donation going out to them, and I've supported them for so long, and especially in this time, we really need that. So thank you so much to Doctors Without Borders for being out there, and please do everybody throw in some nice donations for these guys. We've got it centered right there in the middle of the screen for you guys to put that up. And I do also want to do a quick shout out. Thank you so much to Great GM for rating us right as we're getting ready to go live. That is fantastic. And we are going to do some killer fun tonight. All right. We have got, I do want to say 100% of all donations today are going to be going out to Doctors Without Borders. So just real quick, I'm going to run through the donation schedule here just so if anybody is just listening rather than watching as well, you can know what the options are. £3 is going to be one player donation gets advantage. £5 is going to be two players get advantage, or you can give me disadvantage because, you know what? I mean, if you really want to give me advantage, don't give me advantage. £12 is going to be advantage for the whole party, or a I can't read that.
Extra turn for one player.
Extra turn for one player. Sorry, it's low resolution on my end, guys. So it's extra turn for one player, which is really helpful. I mean, if you ever see what a battle master can do with their second wind, it gets really nice. And then getting up into the higher levels, health potions for the whole party member, or for all party members, for £15, £20, destroy target minion. That's right. You want that character to survive for another round, kill his opponent on sight, just dead. £25 is going to be a lair action, which you'll see as it comes about. But let's just say somebody is going to be turning their camera off if you donate that one, which is thank you very much. I'm super looking forward to the help. And then for £50, we'll have divine intervention. Divine intervention. Something is going to be happening that will save somebody's bacon for just a few more seconds. I'm kidding. It won't be for a few more seconds. They might actually survive for that donation level. So please do throw your donations out there. It's for a great cause, and we really need the help. So with that, I think we are going to do some quick introductions, and then we will dive right on in. If you want to start, we've got Larry. If you please introduce yourself. And
hello, my friends. Hope you can hear me well on this creaky old headset. My name's Larry Dixon. I push around pixels and words. I've been doing fantasy novels for 36 years professionally. I worked on the Lord of the Rings films, the Hobbit films, a little bit of Narnia, a little bit of Harry Potter. But I was first published in gaming in 1977, if you can believe it. Back before polyhedral dice were even widely available. So this is sheer magic to be with you all this way.
Your background is magic, Larry. Loving the green screen.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We just installed this just for Encounter RP, in fact. It's about 6 hours old.
It's a great cause. Kai Hawkeye.
Greedy. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you are on the Silent Earth. I am Kentucky Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye, and I am a Cancer Cleric by day, RPG fanboy by night, and looking forward to see how long Kobold number 6 was able to survive in this thing.
Yes.
Love kobolds.
This is going to do well. Matt, Killer GM.
Hey everybody, Matt, Killer GM here. You might see me on some of the other streams on Encounter Roleplay, other places, running my own stream as well tonight, but here, right now, playing the Centurion Giovanni Prasnus Lapis here to survive this terrible, terrible meat grinder and help raise money for charity. So cheer us on.
Oh, and already we have a donation. Thank you so much, Cleric of Cord, who is going to be joining us later for a whole party's worth of advantage. You guys are all going to have some little blue dice up in the corner of your screen right there. You can just grab that and throw it out there whenever you like, and we'll help you survive just a little bit longer. All right. And next we have Alpha Frax.
Hello and good afternoon to everybody. I am Frax. You might know me as the Chaos Creator in the chat in ERP. And tonight I'll be playing Gerbane, the Fang of Velk Isle, and the resident barbarian.
The Fang of Felk Isle. Oh man, I can just tell you what barbarians do in arenas is survive. So, good luck. Wishing you luck, Frax. And Polish Christy.
Hi, I'm Polish Christy. You might see me on other streams, namely with the Killer GM pushing me around. But I'm here today, and I'm really excited to help raise money for Doctors Without Borders. And I am playing Tuba, the Gloomstalker Ranger, who surprisingly does not play the tuba. So she plays the flute.
Oh, that is delicious irony. That character may need to see a little
It is
more
also a
life
weapon,
what-
so.
And we've also got a second donation coming from Pope, who we will also see a little bit later in the stream, for Christy and Matt. So that will be a second advantage for you as well. And this is excellent. You guys, I will help you along to using these dice. Trust me. All right. And yes. Okay, and with that, I will start a sort of narrative and give you a little bit of background. So Zendrick, way north, up in the unexplored continents within Eberron, or south, way south in the unexplored continents of Eberron, beyond Stormreach Harbor, there lies an island in which many adventurers have gone missing. The map itself is unstable. You might be wandering one way and then wandering another way, and then you turn around and it's a completely different place. You go to bed in one time zone, wake up in another, climate entirely. You don't know what time of day it's going to be when you awaken in the morning. And the worst thing is, if you find something really great, there are entire fields of kyber crystals to be mined, just waiting, riches to be explored for the adventurous types. And unfortunately, it may not be there the next time you try and lead your expedition back. So, expeditions to Zendrick have been known to bring all of their supplies in with them, trying to find those precious mineral fields and then never be heard from again. Never to march back with their treasure. And some others find their way out unharmed, but have no recollection of what has become of them. So, that is the setting under which we have sort of found ourselves. Our lovely party members today have been adventuring, trying to explore Zendrick, and, well, some unfortunate series of events may have befallen them while they were wandering the various domains, the jungles, the ice fields, the deserts. There is a plethora of different environs in Zendrick, and which one did you disappear in? Let's find out. So each of your characters will wake up, actually, to the sound of dripping water. When you went to bed, you were in your tents. You're not sure exactly what happened, but when you awaken, you are on a well-appointed cot. It has a stuffed sewn mattress of, well, it was probably fresh straw some while ago, but it is still at least, palatable. You awaken, as you open your eyes, there is a slight purple mist. It seems to cling to every surface and run down the walls. Everything is sodden. All of your gear is present, your pack laying next to your bunk exactly where you left it, and completely untouched. Unfortunately, you do not recognize your surroundings whatsoever. The walls are slick black stone, possibly basalt or granite. You're not quite sure in this dim light. Through an iron grating down the hall, you can see there is some sort of flickering light. It's ominous and dim, and quite distant. It is cold and smells musty, and there is an undertone of rotting flesh.
All right, so I can tell a barbarian's here.
As you look around the room, you recognize your friends, whom you have never met before. Please describe your characters as you step out of your cot, and we're going to do this in initiative order, as we're going to try and do most things in initiative order. So we are going to start with Kentucky Hawkeye.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like the color purple at all. And in a panic, with my Eldritch Invocation of Armor of Shadows, I'm going to instantly cast Mage Armor as a cantrip.
Okay.
I
Please describe your
don't like any of this at all. Where are we? I was just supposed to deliver a message. What am I doing here?
It appears we've been taken somewhere for some purpose. Little thing.
What is your character's?
Matt, you're super quiet.
Wearing?
The Centurion is currently wearing small clothes because he was sleeping. He went to sleep, and so he doesn't have much on right now because sleeping in armor is uncomfortable. However, his armor is here, and he will immediately start to get into it, eyeing them all suspiciously.
All right. So you begin donning your armor. That should take about 10 minutes to get that done, unless you have assistance from somebody. Though I'm guessing by your suspicious glances around the room, that would be a really bad thought. All right. Next, we've got Christy.
Tuba will immediately kind of fall out of bed, but she turns it into a really cool tuck and roll, and goes immediately for her quarterstaff and pulls it out, and you see it's whittled into a giant, jazz flute. And she's got really dark, messy maroon hair. She's got what looks like days-old makeup, but it's more of like a war mask going on. And she just dirty eyes everyone. Why? Why am I here?
Larry, as you come to wakefulness.
Well, what you all see is this may once have been a pretty handsome Aarakocra. That was a lot of miles ago. He's got a lot of burn marks on him. He's got a cleave down the side of his beak. Where there probably once was a pretty nice crest, there's frankly a bronze plate. He's got pretty scrappy studded leather armor, but it's the shields that make the difference. Whereas other people would hold a shield, his shields are prosthetics that are attached to his wings. And whenever he moves, they make a slight little mechanical sound as all the cables in them roll and contract, obviously gnomish made. And he stands up to his full impressive towering height of 5'2". The only thing on him that seems to be shiny is a badge. And the badge some of you may recognize as being from the Forston Academy. He is a full-ranked Academy-trained battle master.
Excellent. Aarakocra Battle Master. Yes, please. Okay. And then next we are going to have. Sorry, one second.
Quick, he's away.
Killiam, I think Frax, we had you describe already? No. Next will be Frax. Though I do want to give a quick shout out. Thank you so much to James for advantage for me. I will try to be using it gently.
And you see like 6 feet tall, tan man with a big grey mane and a massive braid down his back, just getting up, holding on his great axe, just looking very confused because I was just in a tent and now there's a bunch of people around me and I don't like it.
That sounds slightly terrifying. You clearly had too much to drink.
Most likely.
Not the first time I've woken up in a cell. I'm just saying, as a barbarian.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Corey, whenever you were saying that we didn't know where we were, it could change at any time, I was like, we're back on the convention circuit. What the hell?
All right, and next we have Killer GM. Matt, would you please describe as you come to wakefulness?
Well, the Centurion is finishing putting on his armor, and as you've seen him dressing, he is a dragonborn, a draconic humanoid with green scales and golden eyes, and he is putting on plate armor with a tabard of some kind on the front. The symbol is of many colors all together, forming a draconic head.
Oh my. Oh my. You are going to fit in so well here.
Yeah,
thank you so
this
much.
is going to be lovely.
Susanna Grace. Miria sends her regards for Frax and Matt. Oh man, all these dice are stacking up, you guys, and we just got through our introductions. Oh, this is gonna get brutal. Now I've got to come up with a way to make you guys use these. So as you're sort of looking around and recognizing the dire situation in which you find yourselves, clearly underground, magic in the air, and cold wrought iron bars separating you from a dim light down the hall, and you can hear the smith's hammer ringing.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that at all. I don't know who any of you are. Yeah,
Smiths.
that.
Well, all right. And I'm Carl. That's just the Aarakocra just outright says, I'm Carl. As if
Tuba.
that's supposed to mean something. Tuba to you as well.
I'm just known as Kobold number 6, but you can call me Sixy. That's what they call me. Sixy.
Hello, and you put out a hand towards the kobold. Just open.
And Kobold 60 reaches out and shakes it, but he's distracted by all the shiny that you've got on you.
Yeah, the shinies are kind of weird, in fact. Where that crest used to be, it looks like parts of 17 humanoid scalps.
Ooh, all of a sudden, I don't like that shiny.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought I
fine,
was
though.
bad with people. It's okay.
Well, oh, these aren't from people. These are from slavers.
Ah.
And that's
I like
why
you.
very much dislike where we are right now. And so I think someone has intent for us. I don't think it's beneficial to us.
I don't like intense.
What do you mean
Uh,
I
by
prefer
that?
that in the open. Where I can run.
I would wish to breathe air again. We should find a way out.
Agreed. All right. The width of these bars, width of cobalt.
There is a 9-inch by 9-inch gap between them. They are strap iron and they are riveted together across the front. There's an iron set door on some fairly rusty 1-inch hinges barring the way. It is encrusted in both muck, slime, whatever, mold, plus some algae, lichen type material around the edges as well. It is wet, glistening, and fairly disgusting. It's bolted and set into the stone with iron spikes.
Yelp will hear of this.
Quick.
Well-
The only
shout
thing
out,
we
thank
hear
you so
is
much,
the
Mecha
anvil.
Spider.
Oh.
You can hear there is a quiet breeze and a murmuring that is distant. You can't make out any specific voices, but there are a lot of them. And the hammer rings from down the hall much closer. And the dripping of water.
60?
Yes.
Yes. 60, can you fit in my backpack?
I can certainly try. And 60 tries to scramble up.
He's got a fairly long backpack, 20 arrows on each side, and a longbow, and looks like he could probably fit in there. There's a lot of spell scrolls in there. Well, a lot of scroll cases. Let's put it that way.
All
And
right.
Corey is laughing.
Carefully scramble
Corey's
in. Try not to put myself on the arrows.
Oh,
Yeah, he knows.
well, that was a fortuitous roll. So you begin to hear a shuffling of footsteps from down the hall.
I get in the
It
backpack moving
sounds-
quicker.
It sounds like ring mail, but it clicks a little, and you can hear a slight scratching sound to accompany it.
Tuba just
alright.
goes up to the bars and kind of tries to peek as far as she can to see what she can see.
Oh, a 9-inch by 9-inch hole. I mean, you could definitely fit your head all the way through.
Yeah, I'll do it. Why not?
And a tunnel cleaner comes sweeping by.
It's nice, guys.
All
We're
right,
playing
time.
paranoia, I see.
All right, so down the hallway, you do see silhouetted against there's a sconce set into the end of the hall, some 45, 50 feet away. And silhouetted against this flickering eternal torch is a set of guards coming your way. Well, they appear to be guards. They're wearing sort of splint mail, I guess you would call it, but them being backlit, you can't really make out a whole lot of features, but they're oddly silent. For 5 guys walking in a formation like that, they're not saying anything.
I just kind of stick my arm out the hole and be like, hey, what's going on, guys? Any reason why we're in here and you're out there? Yeah.
That's back-to-back 19s on the die, guys. I'm just saying. No response.
I just look back at the rest of them like, I don't know. These guys are coming, but they're quiet, and I don't know what they're doing. I'm bad with people.
Prazinus has knelt down and is muttering something in Draconic with his head bowed. Just waiting.
Excellent. As the
All right.
seconds tick by, and a lack of reaction slips past you, these 5 individuals line up in front of the cell and sort of pan outwards, to a round formation around the doorway, and you hear as they slam their spear tips into not spear tips, but their spear butts into the sodden ground. And the hall behind them is about 10 feet across, maybe 15, somewhere in there. And the one from the center walks forward and silently inserts a key into the rusty lock, turns it, and pushes the door inward. And he says to you, "Come with me, all ye who wish to live." And takes 3 steps backwards to the far side of the hall.
I feel like it's a trap.
I mean, there's 5 of us.
No doubt it's a trap.
There's 5 of them.
We have little
We
choice,
could
but for
just-
now.
60
This is true.
just cowers as small as he can inside the backpack, trying to remain hidden.
Yeah.
That's
Hawkeye.
the idea.
With your perception, you note the leftmost of these individuals has his face towards the light flickering down the hallway, and you can barely make out the features of a skull. And upon looking further, this splint mail appears to be made of bone.
60 doesn't like that. And he tries to whisper that to Carl as he stays hidden and tries to stay hidden in the backpack. He's a scout. They're skeletons. Everything about them is all bone, even armor.
All right. Well, those respond best to smashing attacks. Everyone, let's chat as we walk, shall we?
Thank you so much, James, for another advantage.
This is gonna hurt a lot.
Just still make sure it works, he says. So much
Just
love,
to make
guys.
sure we
So
all
much love.
die.
You guys are awesome.
Good job, James.
We'll step up, follow them. You see that he is affixed what essentially has like a huge chunk of metal strapped to his back, in addition to the armor he has on.
Fancy.
Okay. So who wishes to remain in the cell and who wishes to accompany them down the hall?
I'll accompany
I'll go down the
them.
hall.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're taking us to our mani-pedis, so yeah.
I go wherever Carl goes. I'm in his backpack.
Tracks?
For
Yeah, I'm
anybody who
going as
hasn't
well.
seen.
I'm sorry, say
Okay,
again,
you got
Frax?
my voice now?
I'm going down the hall as well.
Okay, so everybody will accompany the skeletons of doom. Where's your survival instinct? You adventurers?
Yeah.
I'd rather be out in the open than stuck in a cell right now. So-
Exactly.
Fair
Is-
point, fair point.
We know what these
Is your-
creatures are. We can stop them if we need to.
As you make your way into the hall, all of them flatten against the far wall, and they turn as one back towards the light and attempt to march beside you down towards the eternal torch. The first one scratches his toe on the ground and they begin marching forward, slamming the butts of their spears ominously into the dirt as they make their way. Seconds tick by and the cool sets in. The temperature seems to be dropping as you approach the end of the hall. The ominous murmuring becomes slightly louder. The beating of drums fades slightly in from the background. And you begin hearing this rhythmic chanting to Kyber. As you're brought down the hallway to the left, you see there's an enormous iron portcullis as it spreads before you, and this insanely vast chamber spreads into the distance. As you come out into the open, the cool of the air and the mist settles upon you. Your footsteps are lost to the echo, and you look up to the arena stands. In the arena stands, you see marching around you the hooded, shrouded figures marching slowly with single torches along the files of arena seating, marching from behind you westward across the map. If we can display that on screen now for a moment. Looking down out into the sands ahead of you, there are 6 pillars 5 spokes around a central column. Each column juts upward 25, 30, 40 feet, unlevel with one another. Circular stairs spiral around each of these pillars to a top that you cannot make out from where you stand. The central pillar, much larger, has 75 feet up into the air, and mounted atop it you can see the skeletal wings and tail and a skull looking down. Frozen in place, its maw spread open towards you.
The Centurions.
Purple crystals glitter in the cavern ceiling above you, periodically pulsing, and these rays of purple light blast downward like lightning streaking in asymmetrical, jagged lines, slamming into the top sides of the pillars. And a shower of sparks erupts, flying off the sides.
Oh, this is fine.
From the opposite side of the arena, a solitary figure begins an ominous march towards you. He's small of stature, slender of build, almost stooped with age. He comes closer. He walks in front of the 5 of you. He reaches up and he pulls back his cowl. And you see the glistening silver jewelry piercing his long purple ears and his radiant white hair as his glowing amber eyes look up from you from a hooded brow. His long nose cruel, his black lips and his wicked teeth grin maliciously at you as he says, "Welcome to the arena. May your stay be long and fortuitous. What seek you? Retribution? Freedom? Fame, glory? Or the elevation of Kyber the Eternal? All dreams may come true, if only you survive. If you are found to be virtuous by his eternal might, perhaps you may be returned to your homes upon Colvert. How enter you into this arena? And from whence have you come? Be welcome." And he slams his gnarled staff into the sands of the pit. And the crowd unanimously throws their hoods back, and an enormous hoopla roars out and resounds significantly within the cavern. Cheers and jeers, both for and against you, echo in salute to your final moments on this earth. Choose for me now. Which pillar do you enter? Erakakra.
Enter? I might go perch on something, but enter? I don't think so. I'm kind of muttering to myself here. I don't understand the engagement you have in mind.
So you are supposed to, for the purposes of this, the gamification of this, you are supposed to choose one of the 5 pillars. If we can just briefly bring up the map, you can see from here that they are color-coded.
All right. And I am colorblind. But let's see. There is...
Well, clockwise top circular. So Be black, blue, red, green, or white, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Blue for me.
Okay, that will be pillar 2 in the northeast corner. Yes.
Let's see.
You have chosen with wisdom and patience. Please take your stand.
Flap wings a few times. Make sure I've got enough motion there. And I'll give them a good look. I'll fly around the arena a couple of times and finally light up on the movement.
The crowd actually begins cheering for you, watching your glistening wings as they spread, and you take light upon a 20-foot plinth with circular blue stones set into the top. And you find yourself near face to face with this 6-story tall skeleton of a dragon.
That's what I had in mind. I've got plans for that dragon, but they don't know that yet.
There looks like there's plenty of room for everyone to sit on its back.
Yeah, I've got other ideas for that.
He turns to Hawkeye. Your character name, I didn't write that down. I apologize.
Kobold number 6.
Kobold number 6. That's why I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
He stands before you.
I was in the backpack. I flew up with you.
Oh. Okay.
With you
Okay.
already, Corey.
I did my best holding on not to make sure everything didn't fall while he was flying around.
I will say that you will fly at a slower rate of speed on that, but otherwise no other inhibitions on that. And then in that case, he will sort of wave his stick up. You will take a pillar. Oh, well. Meat for the beast.
We'll make good tea.
That's right.
All right.
Are you familiar with the practice of kobold turret?
All right. And next he will turn to Tuba. He will say, and what is it that you will be doing then?
Tuba just immediately sprints towards the black pillar, and she wants to do Simone Biles type floor routine to flip on top of it.
It's good 50 feet tall.
Oh, I thought saw 20 for. I'm gonna try it anyway because I've got.
They're
my
all
first
of
out,
different
I'll put
heights.
myself up there. Oh, of course I go for the tall one. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, as you make your way over, the addled old individual in front of you all turns to Frax. You are character names not flashing on your screens, and I didn't memorize them. I apologize, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
almost got it.
Gerbane
Gerbane.
is just gonna start walking down towards the green one, just at a steady pace, without
Okay.
saying a word or anything, just walking
All right,
through.
so you are on the green one.
Yes.
All right. And he turns to you, the last standing before him, Killer GM. He says, and you appear to be someone seeking an audience. Perhaps you are here to join the war. Have you heard of the Eternal War with Balashira? Are you here in service?
I come of my own designs. Vos atuum ex orastus ad draco non sub lingua loque batur ad sanctum. and he'll step towards the remaining pillar.
There are 2 remaining pillars.
Which pillars
the
are
white
remaining?
pillar and the red pillar are still open.
He is no common white. He will step towards the red.
Perfect. All right. As each of you climb your stairs or circle the arena, an individual down below begins pacing in circles around the arena and raising his staff in his arm and chanting with the crowd. And you hear the rhythmic pulse of the drums, syncopated, slams to a sudden stop. Oh, that's amazing, Matt. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Those before you stand in eternal vigilance shall help us to gain a foothold in this eternal struggle. The aberrations shall be no more. By their hands, by their sacrifice, we shall find a way, and our Lord Kaiba shall return to us and shall break down these doors, returning these aberrations from the depths in which they came. And with that, let tonight's ceremony begin. And the drums begin again. This time in earnest, and the crowd erupts in an enormous roar, and it echoes heavenly, divine, and terrorful throughout the chamber. As you climb to the tops of the pillars, you find they are not empty. But in the center of each pillar, there is a large crystal about 1.5 feet across by 2 feet tall. It is purple and it is pulsing with a rhythm to the drums and the chanting. A light from within, almost like a star sapphire, seems to follow you around the pillar. Chained to this pillar is another individual. He apparently did not fare so well. She apparently did not. It's hard to tell unless your anatomy is really good. They're mostly just a skeleton with a rusty greatsword. And as you step before them, looking to examine them, their head swivels up in a baleful glare and a red glow. Well, not necessarily red, colored to the pillar, peers up towards you. And they rise to their feet. And we are going to begin combat with these eternal soldiers and guardians of the crystals. Now, for the viewers out there, we've already gone ahead and rolled initiative to save us a little bit of time, so we're going to dive right on in. Top of the initiative order is going to be Kentucky Hawkeye with Kobold number 6. How do you react to this skeleton jumping to its feet? You are in the backpack of Carl on the
Kobold
balloon
number 6
platform.
popped his head up. He popped his head up, sees what's going on, sees the skeleton, goes ah, and puts out his hands, and instantly I cast Eldritch Blast.
All right, and combat has begun. Please do roll your damage.
Turret, Fox 1.
Yes.
All right, ooh, natural 20 to start it off.
Yeah.
So that'll be a total of 25.
First blood. All right. As your Eldritch Blast streaks out in these blackened, normally they would be a green and purple tinge, sort of sickening, like sort of miasma out of it. It's actually bluish white flame off of it at this point, and it slams hard into this skeleton, shattering its rib cage, and ribs go flying off the sides. It slams back into the crystal and looks at you, levels a gaze, and readies to swing its greatsword.
All right, that would be a total of 8 points of damage. Force damage.
Excellent. Oh my. And you were in with an initiative 21 and initiative 20. The skeletons are going to react from their pillars. But let's start it off with a little bit of fun, right? We get a lair action. And the first lair action. The first lair action, I am going to roll a d10. And that is going to be the blue pillar. With a 4. The blue pillar is struck from this crystal lightning from the ceiling. And that is going to be... Oh, man.
So many dice.
37 points of damage. 37 points of ice cold damage.
No saving throw?
It is dex save for half.
Aha.
All
That's for both of us.
is +2. Ooh, only a 9 for me.
That will not meet the difficulty. You will take the full 37 points of cold damage. And that will be also, I need that from Carl, as you are also on the blue platform.
Here's where things get interesting. Are you ready? Yeah? Can you hear me okay there, Corey? All right?
Yep.
Yeah. Happens your battle master is also a shield master. And I'm certainly within 5 feet for protecting 60.
Uh-huh.
And if I make my save, I take no damage. Because it is a dex save. And I have...
Remember, you do all have advantages to roll as well.
Yeah. So, my rolling time is now. The savey save. I throw.
And 18 will be high enough.
So, does that save 60 as well?
So you reach out with your shield as your reaction, and you are, just to confirm, you are using your reaction to spare.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that will
That's
reduce half damage. Is that correct?
Well, for myself, half damage save goes to no damage. But
Yes.
I'm hoping that since my dear Kobold is right there, that I'll be able to save him as well.
I believe it will reduce because of the reaction ability. That'll reduce it to half for him. You
There
may
you go,
spare
bud.
them damage, right?
That's fact.
Okay. Perfect. And so that will be rounded down. So 36 divided by 2 is 18 damage, cold damage instead. Excellent. Well done. Good teamwork, guys. I really appreciate that.
For style, do the swing around and just sling the excess cold off the side and come back facing forward.
Excellent. This slush just slashes down across the floor and is absorbed into the bluish stone tiles at your feet. Okay. And that is going to be the skeletons, who are each going to take an attack. There will be 4 of them attacking. We will start with the black pillar against Tuba, that is only a 9 to hit, so that's not going to hit, right?
Nope.
All right.
Miss.
And then next is going to be against Kobold number 6. That is only going to be a 13 to hit.
That will miss because of my mage armor.
Perfect. And that is going to be for, I'm so sorry, Carl, that is a nat 20.
Is it?
It is.
All right.
And you've spent your reaction.
I can use my lucky trait, I believe.
That'll allow you to re-roll, right?
Let me double check here. Let's see. That was a melee attack, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
You do have something that will increase your defense. It is part of an attack, though.
Let's see. I've got Lucky and I've got Parry. I think we'll go with the luck on that. So I will click off one use of Lucky.
Okay. All right. As you are slashing this frost across this slush down across the ground, your shield just happens to slam into the way. But because it is a crit and because it was 21 points of damage, your shield is going to be damaged. Unfortunately, that is also your wing. So please use a reduced movement speed as well for during flight.
All right.
All right.
Understood.
All right. Next is going to be the green pillar attacking Gerbane. That is a 14 to hit.
It does hit.
All right, so 14. That is only going to be 5 damage plus an additional 7 poison damage.
Yikes.
Cool.
And then the last one is going to be Killer GM. We are attacking from the red pillar. And character name one more time. Bat.
You can go with Centurion Prasnus for short.
Centurion Prasnus. Okay. All right. And he is going to swing his great sword. And that is going to be a 24 to hit.
That is absolutely a hit.
I thought it might be. All right. So that is 9 points of damage plus an additional 3 points of fire damage.
Sorry, that was 9 and 3, correct?
9 and 3, correct.
Thank you.
And that is going to bring us back to the top of the round. And we are going to start off with Kobold number 6.
Yeah. 6 doesn't like what's going on here. He's still confused what's going on, so he sees the skeleton hitting the guy who's protecting him from the cold shot, so he's gonna blast again.
Yes. Strike.
Love having a Kobold turret.
That'll be 24. Hopefully that hits.
Oh yeah.
And that'll be 9 points of force damage on those pile of bones.
9 points, he said?
9 points.
Of force damage. All right. It slams, taking off the left uppermost portion of its skull, shattering outward, ice crystals growing back and forming the rest of the skull.
Wait a minute, that's not fair. You're not supposed to be able to rebuild yourself.
The eyes glow with intensity, pulsing with the rhythm of the drums and the chanting in the audience. All right, that is going to bring us to Tuba.
Tuba is immediately going to Hunter's Mark the skeleton, and then I'm going to pop my flute quarterstaff into both hands. Nope. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. And just swing like baseball, knock into him twice, because I get 2 attacks. Actually, no, it's my first turn in this round, so I get 3 attacks with it. So, let me see here. Oh, that's a +6, so that's an 8 for the first attack. Another 8.
sorry.
+6 for that one.
Okay, so a 14 will not hit.
So I just whiff all 3. I'm like, great. And I just start
On the
playing some
bright
jazz
side.
flute.
Your flute or your staff whistles brilliantly as you swing it through the air.
That's exactly right.
All right. Okay, that is going to bring us to Carl.
All right. I've got some interesting questions for you, Corey. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So this dragon that's over here, big old bony dude, or dudette, I cannot tell. Can I tell what type it is? I have nature as a
I'm
skill.
sorry. Say that one more time.
All right. The bony dragon over there. Big old sucker in the center, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I tell what kind of dragon that's supposed to be?
Well, if you would like to spend an action to study him, then you could use an investigation check, or I will give you an arcana check, or maybe even nature. That's your choice.
Okay. I'm going to do a little free speech there to Sixie. Say, Sixie, we're supposed to be sacrifices to whatever they have in mind. I don't want to die, and I also don't want them to succeed from our deaths. I'm going to go over there and destroy that damn thing. You with me?
Wherever you want to go, I'm with you.
Right. And I will tip off the pillar and fly over and land on the skull of the big-ass skeletal dragon.
As you attempt to fly off of the pillar, please
Yeah?
roll for me a strength check.
A strength check!
A bolt of tethering energy lashes out and grabs your ankles as you take flight
Oh, man.
and attempts to
Worst-
pull you back to the pillar.
Well, I guess it got me. I rolled a 3.
Yes, it does. You're able to stay afloat, but you cannot get more than 15 feet away from the center, so that's 5 feet out over the edge.
Yeah, that's not going to be far enough. Well, I guess I'm going to be tethered here.
It would be
How
enough to
far
keep
away
you
is
out
that
of melee should you fly directly upwards above the
How
crystal.
far away is that center pillar from our pillar? How many feet?
With the center of it or the edge of it?
Just so, in order to get for us to get from here to there, how far away is it?
Well, it's 75 feet tall, and the blue pillar is 85 feet tall, so it is actually 10 feet below you, but it is as well 15 feet distant.
How far away from us is it from us as the air coker flies?
If you were to just run and jump off the side of your pillar, it would be 10 feet down and 15 feet away to land safely.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. Thank you.
Okay, can I expend another action to try and get over there?
To get over there?
Yeah, get over there to the skull of the dragon.
Okay, so you're unable to actually leave the pillar that you're on. The tethering energy is
Okay.
holding you in place.
I understand. All right. Then I've got another idea. Since I'm in the air, let's just spend some momentum there and the thing that's on there you said is chained to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It cannot reach the outer edge.
Okay. Let's try shooting the damn thing then. I mean, it's probably
Okay.
not going to do a lot, but no, you know what? I think we're gonna just go ahead and charge this sucker.
Okay.
I can use lunging attack, I think, or Okay, I'll just do the 2 actions to hit it twice with the shields. How's
Okay,
that?
yes, that is epic. I love this ability about your character.
Just
Please do
kinda-
describe narratively what you're doing.
Yeah. All right, dive in, do a single hop, and then a 1-2 punch with the wings.
All right.
And for that, I shall roll d20s.
When was the last time you saw a player character do a wing buffet? I love this so much.
Okay, got a 6 on that, which I think will be a miss.
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Whip around and just smack him right in the jaw. Nat 15 plus 3.
18 will hit.
And it is a bludgeoning attack.
Yes. Roll your damage for me. Should be 1d4
Okay.
plus 1.
The Shield Master. Do I have a bonus action left?
You do have your bonus action remaining.
Great.
You spent
I
your
can use a
reaction and
bonus
now your
action.
action.
That's right. Spend a bonus action and it will shove it another 5 feet away. So
Yes.
the shield strike we had listed as a D8 plus 1, like a mace. I think it was. Was that right?
I'm sorry, the shield action is a 1d4 plus 1. It is an improvised weapon.
1d4. Okay. But I do have proficiency with it.
That's just the ruling on attacking with shields.
Okay, D4
You
plus
have
1. is
proficiency
what
with defense with a shield.
you want. Okay, here we go.
You know what? You know what? Because of how proficiency is worded, go ahead and use your proficiency bonus as well. So not
Okay.
just a plus 1.
Okay. So, D4, you say? I'm confusing myself a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, he is kind, isn't he? So what am I at here? A 1 plus a 4 plus a 1, 6. Okay, 6 bludgeoning damage on it, and it's pushed back 5 feet.
Okay, and that will be an additional d6 as there is no space for it to move backwards as it slams bodily into the crystal behind it. Please
I
roll an
am
additional
glad.
d6 of damage.
D6 it is. D6 rolls. It is a 4.
All right, so that will be 10 points of damage as it slams backwards into this crystal and it shatters across the top of the platform, slamming your shield wing into its head, and its entire body falls backwards and shatters against this crystal. Arms and legs scattering and falling off the sides. All right. And following that, we are going to have Frax, your character is Gerbane. Oh, and also, I gotta say, I'm gonna jump in real quick. It's an additional layer action. Thank you so much for your donations. Encounter roleplay. So that is going to be against the blue pillar again. Would you please both give me a dex save?
Oh man, whoever the bookies are hate us. Okay. A nat 20 on the save.
All right. That is going to be a total of 35 points of damage. Slamming into the blue pillar cold damage. That is a successful save with dex save of 20. We'll make it.
0 again.
What about kobold number 6?
60? You rolling with me?
Muted?
Huh?
60
Okay,
is
you're
now
muted.
a kobold sickle. I only had 27 left before that.
Oh my. So we have struck first blood. The kobold number 6 is struck by this thunderous blue lightning as it slashes downward from these crystals in the ceiling, slamming into his upper left-hand shoulder. You watch as the crystal grows across him, his eyes frost over, and he lets out his last gasp, his mouth open, frozen, reaching towards the shattered skeleton below, getting ready to cast Eldritch Blast. And suddenly, Carl has an ice sculpture in his backpack. Please, Hawkeye, please do
60.
describe your last actions.
Do it.
Last actions, I was just about to whisper, Carl, since you can't fly over, how about I turn over this way and Eldritch Blast that skeleton for you, and it's just as I reach out, the ice hits.
Well, so much for the Kobold turret, guys. Hawkeye, thank you so much, and look forward to getting through all of these players and bringing you back on at the end of the stream.
Alrighty, I will be ready. I've got another character who fans of the Meatgrinder will remember from a few months back, in case it comes that far. Otherwise, I'm Kentucky Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye. Please, everyone, donate to this cause. I'm a clinical pharmacist in the VA system here in the U.S., which means I'm a healthcare worker. And I know how bad it is with some of the hospitals here in the U.S. I can't imagine what it's like in some of these other countries that don't have the supply lines that we do. So this is a very worthy cause. If you have the spare money to give to it, give what you can. Because even though the regular flu is killing more than COVID-19 is, we still have a bad situation going on no matter what's going on, let alone people that I treat every day with cancer who are at bigger risk because of their immune systems being compromised and all that. So anything we can do, please, everyone, be smart, stay home if you can, wash your hands, social distancing, cough into the elbow, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to get this under control, we need to do. And see you all later.
Thank you
You
so
are
much,
awesome.
Hawkeye, and such a great call out. Thank you, everyone out there, for supporting Doctors Without Borders. We really appreciate it. They're a great cause, and there is a lot of this pandemic around the world. So it's really good to see this going not just locally, but where we don't have the supply lines. So thank you, Kai, Kentucky Hawkeye, and we have got Cleric of Court coming in next. Is that right? All right, we will bring her in on the next round, and we are going to continue through the initiative order. Next is going to be Killer GM Matt. Please tell us what Centurion is doing on the red pillar.
The Centurion, after taking the first hit, cracks his neck, reaches back, and with a twist, pulls out the hunk of metal, which now can be seen. It looks like it's a great sword forged into the shape of a dragon wing.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, Tam mundus cum immundus est, periat humiliam ungula deha kyber, and swings at this thing with contempt.
Yes. Please do use one of these advantages.
Come on. He would have called, that was his Oath of Enmity that he was calling on that.
Yeah.
So he is
yeah.
rolling with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
And so he'll swing with that with a 13 on the die. That will put him with a 20 to hit. So he'll go ahead and swing on that. Let's get some d6s out. Whoop. 1, that's 5, and a 5. Great. So, that was 2 5s plus 4, so that's 14 damage with his first swing, and then he'll whip around again and do a backswing.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
16 on the die, but we'll go fishing for crit. Why not? That's a 1. I don't want that. Okay, so 16. And we're going to go ahead and pump a Divine Smite into this one.
16 will not hit.
No, 16 on the die. That takes it up to
Okay,
22
okay,
to
yeah,
hit.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll hit.
Let's see,
yeah.
that's 6, 4. So 14 base, and then it's going to be 3d8 for the Divine Smite, because I assume this is undead.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems good. So 14, 4.
I don't think I've ever met a skeleton with red glowing eyes that wasn't undead, but the moment I do, I'm going to shake their skeletal hand and congratulate them on living through what otherwise would have been a terrible, terrible situation.
Excellent. So that is going to be 14 slashing damage plus 11 radiant damage.
25 damage? Oh, that's the second strike. So it's 14 plus 25, so that's 39. Well
Yes.
struck. Oh my god. Well struck. You slam into the side of this thing, and the bones just go scattering off the side, and landing in down below. The chain clattering, lifeless to the stone. Next, we're going to have Frax.
So, after seeing the performance on the pillar right next to mine and being stabbed, Gerbin is gonna rage first,
Yeah.
and
Like you
then, like you do, and then pick up his axe and then just swing twice at the goddamn skeleton in front of me. And the
Oh,
first
yeah.
hit is a 25.
That'll definitely hit.
Which will be 10 damage for the first hit. And that is 10 to hit on the second one.
10 will not hit.
So he swings down, hits the first one, and on the second one, just goes a bit wide.
All right. What do you got? As you're swinging, you try to pivot all the way around with your second strike and into an upward motion, and it just sort of, it takes the first hit, but it pushes it just out of reach as that second hit whiffs upwards. And how much damage do you do on this strike?
So that would be just 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay, as you blast through, the front of its hip bones just shatter and fly off the side of the green pillar, and you see as this viney, like intricate energy grows out over where the bone mass is missing to remain in functional shape as it remains on its feet.
Oh man.
Okay. That is going to bring us back to the top of the round. You know what happens to the top of the round?
Everything awful.
Those crystals shed hundreds of tiny little tendrils off the sides of the pillars. Reaching down, they grab the skeletal remains and pull them back to the top and reassemble them before you. And that will put us back at the top of the round. I will go ahead and use the layer action. That is going to be, I want to say that's the red pillar. It's the fourth pillar. That is going to be the green pillar. So the green pillar, I need a dex save.
Do I see this coming?
Not, it's a lightning attack. This one
Okay.
is going to be acid damage. There's a green malicious bolt with a black glow coming off of it, slams towards your pillar.
Okay, I'll use one of my dice advantage from over there.
Yes.
And that would be a 17. saving throw.
That will be just enough to take half, but it is 42 damage.
So down 21.
21 damage poison as this slams square into your lower right torso. And you see as this yellow flash grows and a contagion spreads across you.
Yeah.
Please consider yourself under the poisoned condition.
Ah,
I shall.
ouch.
Okay. And that is going to bring us to the top of the round, which is at a 21. So we have, well, I guess we're going to have Cleric of Cord is going to be taking that space. Please do introduce yourself and describe your character to us.
Hi, I'm Kat at Cleric of Cord, and I am playing a Tabaxi bard by the name of Fiddler on the Roof, but you can just call him Fiddler. And he is here out of tradition.
You are marched in to the arena, and standing before you, welcome. I am Lair, and you may choose your pillar. Where might you wish to stand today? In the eternal war.
Fiddler looks around. I've never played a stadium before. Fantastic. Licks a paw, preens, waves to the crowd, and heads for an empty pillar to begin climbing.
Will you describe
pillar
for me
is
your
empty.
character? Currently, the white pillar is the only one that is empty.
So the gray tabby in flamboyant bard's garb, a very luxurious flowing garment with black leather pants and boots, a rather ornate cap upon his head, and a fiddle tucked under a chin. Bows, looks to the white pillar, puts the fiddle in the sling on his back, and runs for the white pillar to begin climbing up it as a cat.
Excellent. So you just completely ignore the stairs and sink your claws into the hard rock and just make your way to the top in the most expedient feline fashion.
And how tall is the white pillar, please?
It is going to be 45 feet tall, so it is considerably above you where the dragon skeleton is standing.
So yeah,
All right,
climb
and
speed is 20.
real
So I
quick
think that
shout out,
takes
thank you
2
so
rounds to
much
get
for Kentucky Hawkeye. You are going to get an extra turn. I'm sorry, Kentucky Hawkeye is donated for Larry Dixon, his compatriot in battle and his war steed in these final moments, for an extra turn. And
It
so
was
we'll
an
do
honor to serve.
treat it as if it were an extra round right after your turn. Oh, and we have an additional layer action as well for Frax. And that one is coming from... uh-oh. I didn't see where that one came through.
It's from Frax.
Oh, it's from Frax.
Yes.
Oh, a layer action. Oh my.
Yeah. You know,
Oh.
we all need a little bit
Join in
of
the
chaos
fun.
in here.
You guys hear this, right? I'm getting help from the current party on stream with killing the current.
I feel betrayed.
This may be...
Curse your son and get
I'm
an
just
inevitable
saying,
betrayal.
Kat, this may be a, high buy scenario.
Won't be the first.
Okay, that is going to be pillar 3, which is going to be the red pillar. Killer GM, he's coming for you. I need a deck save.
Okay.
Betrayal.
We can do that. Ooh, that is not enough. That is only going to be like a 6, something silly like that.
That is 40 fire damage as a bolt of red lightning arcs down from the northwest corner and slams through the wings of the dragon and directly into your shoulder, right between at the base of your neck.
he is barely standing.
Drives you to one knee, but heroically you rise back to your feet, facing off with this angry-looking skeleton, or what's remaining of it.
Oh, man.
Okay. And that is going to be the skeleton's turn. So, Kat, you've been watching. I'm sure you have you heard, but I will just go ahead and quickly narrate. There is a skeleton with a slight white radiant glow and piercing diamond glow out of its eyes as it stares at you. When you meet the top of the pillar, you come in front of it and it stands before you and pulls a rusty greatsword from behind the crystal and levels it menacingly at you. All right. And all of them are now going to attack. So we are going to start with the one attacking Carl. That is only going to be a 14 to hit.
All right. That does not hit.
I didn't think so. As it swings widely and almost overbalances itself in falling off the edge, but it stares at you with these piercing blue eyes over its shoulder, its back slightly turned towards you. That will be a 19 to attack Tuba.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. And that is going to be 5 points of damage with an additional 3 points of necrotic damage as its blade buries itself into your midriff and pulls it out, twisting the blade slightly. The wind
Ouch.
whistles from behind its teeth in a hiss, almost a snicker. The next skeleton is going to take a wild swing at Cleric of Cord. That is a 20.
The fiddler responds by looking at it and going, no, 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 no. And it will hiss and slash his claws in the air in front of him as he uses cutting words to try and reduce the attack. And that's an 8 on the die. So, no, I don't think that 12 is going to hit.
No, a 12 will not hit. Okay. All right, and then next we are going to be attacking Frax with the green. That is only going to be a 9 to hit.
Nope.
And finally, the red skeleton is going to take advantage as this bolt of fire lightning slams into your back and try to pierce you in a lunging attack with a 14 to hit.
That's a miss.
That is a miss. It overextends, the blade slipping off your side as he winds up face to face with you in a little bit closer combat than he had intended. That is going to bring us to Christy. Tuba, what is it that you are going to do?
I'm immediately gonna be really frustrated and just swing 3 more times with my flute staff. Or not 3 more, 2 more times with my flute staff. So let's see. 13 plus 6, so 19 to hit.
That will hit.
I'm gonna take advantage real quick, see if I can get a crit though. Nope. So that one. Right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So then 1d8. Sorry, I rolled the wrong one. Okay. So 8 plus 3, that's 11 points of damage on the first one. And I'll take advantage on that one too. And one. Oh, second one didn't hit.
Okay, so
and
11
my 100
points.
mark damage, sorry. So 2 extra
Yes.
damage.
Christy, you are a pro. That was legit action economy and remembering your specials on there. Well done. Okay, so that will be 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
As your staff whistled into the rib cage, you watch as the spine shatters, and in the midst between the upper and lower torso, a blackish, like, sort of filigree grows between into a webwork and pulls it back together, and he stares menacingly at you as the eyes seem to suck the light out of the air in front of it. All right. Next will be Larry. What is Carl doing this round?
Carl dislikes his lack of mobility right now. Carl wishes to get airborne and away from said pillar. Are we good with that?
Well, you have a tether that is keeping
Yeah.
you from flying more than 15 feet away from the pillar, but you are not within melee range at that. So if you picture it, that is a 5 center tile, and
Okay.
then you have a ring around that where you have the ability of the skeleton to get to, and then the outer edge where the skeleton cannot walk, but he can attack into, and there is a 5-foot area around that you can fly into, so you will be outside of melee range and be able to do ranged attacks against this skeleton while he cannot attack you.
Yeah, I found that generally speaking, for survival, not being able to be hit works well. So I think I'm going to go with that bit of advantage, and everybody in the crowd and y'all get to see something kind of cool happen. So you've got your Akokra, creature of the air, and for him, up, down, sideways, whichever, doesn't really matter that much. So you watch him take a couple of wing flaps and leap up and somersault in midair onto his back, and then he stays there as the immovable rod that is linked to his wings activates. So he then rolls over on his back, readies his bow, fires over looking upside down. Works fine
Very
for
nice.
me in midair.
That is amazing, except for one minor little detail I want to add to that. As you tumble through the air and are upside down, the frozen remains of Kobold number 6 fall and shatter against the pillar below you, and blue wisps come up into the air like smoke and are spiraling and are sucked into the maw of this dragon.
I'll avenge you, my man. My good little turret. And I'll load a couple of arrows into the monster that is menacing the tabaxi.
All right. To the white pillar.
That's right. So I'm going to put 2 longbow shots into the tabaxi's target.
Excellent.
Ready
As
up?
they pass through the wings of the skeletal
And
dragon.
so, yeah. So flip. My d20s are a natural 20 to begin with.
Oh, this is good.
Oh my!
I'm liking where this is going, Larry. Keep it up.
Okay. Should I do damage on that one and then roll the other?
Go ahead and roll it, and then we'll just keep it moving as quick as possible.
All right, you got it. Next one is a natural 17 plus
We'll also
3. Okay, so critical is going to be 2d8, I believe it is. 2d8 plus
Yes.
3. Okay, so there's that even roll. Oh, my mistake. There they are. And there. Okay,
All right.
so a 6 plus 3. So we got 9 damage off that one. And then the second hit will be 7. So
All
thwip,
right.
thwip.
So, and your arrows go flying out, twinned around your index finger, and they fly through. One of them finding the eye socket of this white skeleton on the far side of the arena. The other piercing directly through its jaw and blasting out the bottom portion of its back of its skull. As you both of them strike it in the head, and your avian head is like you hear like an eagle cry in the background and a glint in your eye. Well struck. Well done. That is going to be, 9 plus 7?
7.
So 16
yeah,
points of damage?
right.
Okay.
Straight up.
16
boom.
points of damage. And the skull actually falls backwards off the top of this skeleton. And this white glowing light grows up. And it looks at first like a light bulb and then turns into a skull in its place. The arrow is falling down to the sand with the skull below. All right.
Diamonds are forever.
Next we have Frax. What is Gawain doing? Are you muted? Frax?
Muted.
So, seeing the effectiveness of our friend Birdman, Gawain is going to shift. And his face grows a bit longer, his fangs grow a bit sharper, and his nails grow a little bit longer. His more wolf-like form takes shape. And he's gonna make a reckless attack against the crystal next to the skeleton.
Okay.
That is a nat 20.
Okay.
Which would be 20 damage to the crystal on the first attack.
And you are attacking with?
Great axe, so a slashing weapon.
So you bury the axe deep into the heart of this crystal, and it splinters. And an enormous burst of light shatters outward. And you are struck by a bolt of lightning. Please roll for me a dex save.
I will use one of my advantages.
Yes, please do.
Maybe. 16.
Negative. It is a DC 17. It does slam directly into you. Dealing 42 points of damage. You are on the green pillar. Poison damage.
I am sorry, you said 42.
Yes.
Like 40. Okay.
It's 10d6. 10d6.
That's fine. So upon receiving this lightning sickly damage, Gawain just falls on his knees and then tries to get up again and just falls backwards, dead.
As you strike the platform, the poison seems to overtake your body, first turning green and then black. Putrescence begins falling from your orifices, your ears, your nose, your eyes liquefy and begin pooling outwards from you on the top of this pillar, and a black and green spirit floats upwards and is inhaled by the bones of the dragon. Frax, would you please plug? And
I
tell
will.
us-
I shall plug both the Medicine Sans Frontier that we're supporting today. Please keep donating. We're already halfway through. Fairly sure we can make it all the way to the 200. and thank you to everybody, including Corey, for running this amazing dungeon for us all.
Thank you so much, Frax. Seriously, loving your character, man. And it's been great playing together. Okay, that's 2 down, guys. All right. As the remains of Gabane decay, the axe decays with them, and the crystal begins the slow process of regrowing in the center of the pillar. Okay, and next we are going to have Matt. What is Centurion doing this round?
The skeleton has stood up again, correct?
It has.
He frowns, mutters, and then he holds his hand to his scorched neck. And he's laying hands on himself and dumping 30 HP to heal back up. Because, yeah, not so great.
Yeah, that was a big strike. That was a big strike. Was that 42 damage from that lightning?
Yeah, that was some mean fire coming down on that one. So kind of has to take a turn and reconsider where we're at here.
Okay. All right. And that is going to bring us back to the top of the round. We are going to do a lair action. So good luck, Colin. Well, actually, you'd be immune to it right now. So it is actually going to be column number 5. That is going to be the white column. So, Cat, I need a dex save from you. You're Tabaxi. You got this.
Oh yeah, and my predecessor was kind enough to leave me an advantage, so I will roll with advantage as well. So that is going to be a 23.
Yes, you will only take half damage as this white hot bolt of lightning slams down into you of radiant damage, which would normally be, 44 damage. So you will take 22 radiant damage as it burns through you like the cold hot truth. I totally just got the Khajiit disapproves. Okay, perfect. So that is going to actually, Cat, be your turn. And Fiddler, what would you like to do?
As an action, Fiddler would like to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. So we'll start with that, healing themselves.
Okay.
Okay, that's 18 plus 4, so I get the 22 points back. Yay. And so for action, and then bonus action, they will peer around the skeleton, see the bird, cock their head. I thought I saw a putty tat. No, a Tweety bird. I see a Tweety bird. And give bardic inspiration to Carl. So that is a D8 that could be used, can be rolled and added to an attack action or to a saving throw.
Well done. Thank you very much. We'll do better working as a team.
And that is my turn.
I like it. That is my favorite thing about these meat grinders is really watching the on-the-fly one-shot teams that happen and build, and like we really start to see that dynamic come out really quickly. And thank you guys so much, and Kat, particularly well done. So we have hit 20 retweets, guys, and that means that we've got a lot of eyes coming out there. We're going to be upticking very soon here, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it started. We're going to go ahead and do 3 layer actions.
Why, Corey? Why?
Is this a meat grinder? So that is going to be the blue platform. Cat, you are being rewarded with 44 points of damage. I need a dex save from you. I almost feel guilty.
Wait, I'm on the white pillar.
Oh, you
Carl's
are the
on the
white.
blue
I'm
pillar.
sorry. I'm sorry. That's Larry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The top 2 were on the blue. That's okay. All right, Carl. I need a dex save.
And you have the D8 and advantage that you can roll with those.
Yes. Well, that's
And
a
I
nat
rolled
20.
a natural 20.
Well done, Carl. You will still take 22 points of cold damage that come lancing out of the ceiling and strike you.
But it is
Oh.
a dex save.
It is a dex save, and you made it, which means shield evasion. You don't take any damage. Rogues aren't the only ones that can get evasion out there, kiddies.
I'm motivated.
I love shield evasion so much. All right, so the second one of the 3 is going to be the third pillar, which will be, oh man, currently unoccupied, right?
That's the one that
That will
gets
be the
healing,
red pillar. That is not unoccupied. That is the red pillar.
Bah, bah.
Centurion, I'm going to need a dex save.
We're gonna go ahead and spend an advantage since we've been hoarding it, draconically,
Yeah.
to
Well, that's what
get a
you
little
do.
extra go. Hey,
These
16 on
20s
the
are valid
first die.
treasure.
16 on the first die says we are good because that is a 17 to make it.
Okay, perfect. And that means you will only be taking 20 points of fire damage as it lances down from the ceiling and slams into your back.
You know what? I might just need to switch pillars here because this is getting to be a bit much.
Hey, think about it like this. You're more of a lightning rod. You're attracting the lightning that would have killed somebody else.
I don't care about them. I care about me.
Your sacrifice is noted and appreciated.
Whether it's voluntary or not. That is 5, which means it is also going to be the third pillar.
Well, I mean,
Matt,
it
you are a
doesn't. It
lightning
literally
rod.
does. It doesn't matter what I roll at this point. I only have 11 hit points.
Okay. Well, it was 41 damage.
I mean,
Could
I guess
potentially be reduced to 20.
unless somebody else has healing, I'll roll it. Why not? Spend an advantage. 8 and 15. Nope, by 1. That is 1 cooked lizard.
On the bright side, we will send you off to greet your glorious savior. I'm guessing that's Tiamat.
Tiamat, Kyber, it depends on who we're asking today.
Yeah. That is
close enough.
Wow.
the elder dragon gods, right? I mean,
Yeah,
could be
big dragons. We're good for that.
Sybaris. There's a few others.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them floating around. We'll be happy with it.
So please tell us what happens on this final strike as this lightning finds you.
The first one hits and he stumbles. The great sword clattering to the ground, and he just turns and looks at the great crystal and the dragon and just raises his arms in supplication.
And
Praise
bursts
to the
into
dragon.
flame
Yep,
in conflagration to the elder
Yeah.
dragon god.
absolutely.
A good day to die. Well struck, Matt. Thank you so much for being on.
Absolutely. Thank
And
you
if
for having
do,
me.
Please, a quick shout out.
Shout out, of course, for Doctors Without Borders doing fantastic work for us in this trying time, as well as tonight over on my channel, MattF7, we are doing the dreadful beat of DJ Strahd. Nice vaporwave retroverse nonsense. WrestleVania 2020. We hope to see you folks there at 9:30 Eastern tonight.
Oh man, that's cool.
Wow.
Good night, folks.
I don't know what
Wow.
the F is for, guys. What's the F?
That's the chat for dying.
Oof. Oh,
F's to pay
what?
respect.
Oh, F is.
F to
I
pay
thought it was.
respect.
I thought it was a shortened curse word. Everybody else doing rip emojis. Okay, thank you so much. That was fun. Wow,
That was great.
20
Wow, that
retweets.
was a great die.
I know we got Mecha Spider joining us here in just a few minutes, but we are going to take it back to the
my
top
gosh.
of the round because no, that was at the top of the round. So we are going to come in on Fiddler, right? I might be confused. I think we just did
Nope,
Fiddler,
Fiddler-
right?
Yeah, Fiddler already had it. Then you did Lair Action, so whoever's after that.
Yes. So following that
Actually,
is
right.
actually going to be Tuba.
Tuba.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't
Tuba!
attack for the skeletons. 1 second. 1 second. I didn't
Oh.
attack for the skeletons. So sorry. We're gonna have 2 people entering the arena this round. Oh, I
Maybe I'll
also
be in your
forgot
favor.
the smoke and the miasma coming off of our centurion friend rises in a crimson vapor and is inhaled by the draconic skeleton in the center of the pillar. Okay. The skeleton on the blue pillar is unable to attack because you are out of range, but is swinging his greatsword menacingly. If only I gave him a reach weapon. Should have thought of that. Next is going to be the white pillar. We are going to swing at Christy with the glowing white skeleton. That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Cat.
I'm
Fiddler's of
sorry,
the white.
cat. Cat.
That's
yeah,
all
I
right.
said Christy. I meant
Yeah.
cat.
The cat is yeah. And
the
again, the cat hisses, slashes the claws through the air, using the reaction for cutting words, and that's another 8 on the die. So no, I'm afraid that will miss.
An 8 on the die. So a 20. Oh, this is lowering their attack.
Yes, yeah, cutting words.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Brutal. I love low-level bards so much. All right. Then the one on the black pillar is going to make an attack against Christy. That is going to be a 16 to attack with
That
with
hits.
advantage. Excuse me.
Ooh.
Okay, well, it's actually a 25 to hit.
Ow,
So I will
yeah.
burn one of my advantages, and then that is going to be a great sword. Oh, max damage 15 plus an additional D8 of necrotic damage. An additional 2 necrotic damage as it buries its sword to the hilt through your left thigh and rips it out the side.
So how many points
Oh.
total? Sorry.
17 points of damage.
Great. Cool. Tuba just looks up at the skeleton and is just like, ow! No! That's good.
And the blue crystal regenerates the rusted remainder of the axe, clattering to the ground. And we are going to introduce. Let's see. Well, first we're going to go with Tuba's turn.
Ooh. So yeah, Tuba is super angry. So she's just gonna wail on that skeleton once again with her quarterstaff flute. And 2 attacks. So the first one is 18, so that's 15 plus 3. And second one would be 17 to hit. Do they both hit?
17 will hit. What was the first
Okay.
one? Yeah, 18. Yeah.
So
it'll
the
hit too.
17 was 18. Yeah. First one is 11 points damage plus 5 for Hunter's Mark. Second one is 6 points of damage. And then do I get Hunter's Mark on that attack? I
Yes.
forget.
You do.
Yep,
You
so that's
do
an
still
extra
have that
6
up
points.
as long as you've maintained concentration. Correct. Hunter's Mark
Yeah,
requires concentration.
Yeah. So do you want me to do a couple concentration checks?
Just the one for this round.
Bam! 6 plus, I think, 3. Yeah.
And the damage was 17.
Yeah. So that
Okay, so
probably
no
falls,
Hunter's
huh?
Mark. Yeah, it falls.
Okay, well, yeah. Okie dokie. So then just minus 11 points of damage from those.
Okay, so
I think.
as your first strike hits into the white skeleton's side of its neck, you watch as the regrown head made of light actually shatters and the bones scatter off the sides of the pillar, and you are given a moment of respite to calmly reflect upon your surroundings.
And I just look around and I'm just like, how's everybody else doing? I notice I don't recognize most of them anymore. Oh, I see the bird. And that's it. It's going great, guys. And then I'll just... I'm gonna walk over to the crystal and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. And then we are going to have Larry. Carl, what is Carl doing?
Carl's got ideas. Carl's just, he's putting math together in his head here, you see. You follow me here. It seems like every time one of us dies, the things get charged up more to feed the dead dragon. Does it seem that way? I mean...
I'm sorry, what are you asking?
So a couple of times now I've seen people die and they get inhaled into the head of the bony dragon. That correct?
That is in fact correct.
Okay.
Real
Well, I've
quick,
got an
as
item I'm
you're
going to try.
as
Go ahead.
you're sort of getting ready to do this, I'm just going to interject for a moment here. We've had a donation for potions for some mini dragon sculptures for others. I'm not sure what the mini dragon sculpture does. Mysterious voice, can you tell us what a mini dragon sculpture is?
Whatever you say it is, Corey. Whatever you say it is.
Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to call it a trinket. And a trinket begins glowing hotly. It is in resonance with the pillar that you are on. And I will tell you what it does when we have chosen what we want, whether it be a healing potion for each of you or a little statue of a dragon matching the color of the pillar you're on, which appears hanging around your neck.
Aww.
While the
All right,
players
Larry,
decide, can you shout out the £50 donation, please, Corey?
Yes, that's yeah. While you're deciding that, I do want to call out that at that moment, the ground begins to rumble just a little, and
Oh yeah.
the wing suddenly begins to swing to life, and you see as stone dust begins falling from the ceiling, and you hear the twisting and the arcing of the metal that has been holding the joints of this skeletal dragon together in this pose for so long. And an enormous roar echoes out through the chamber as the dragon comes to life, and this massive crystal above its back, set into the ceiling, begins glowing and flashing multiple colors on each of the facets. And this blast of radiant energy comes flashing downwards and slams into its back and sort of begins covering and eating away and replacing all of these bones as it's returned back to life. The smell and the rot of the stench of the undead permeates the chamber as the flesh begins regrowing in putrescence dripping from the tips of the wings as it starts regrowing literally undead flesh across its limbs, and the Lich is reborn.
Oh man.
The cult of
Well,
I'm gonna
Kairos.
take the dragon trinket, just so you know.
Yeah, I like that too. Okay, a point of trivia for you, if you don't mind. This is my first time facing a Lich of any kind as a gamer.
Aww.
Yeah. Seriously, 30-some years in this, I've never faced a Lich before, so I know I'm doomed. And
Once before, and it wasn't good.
You guys are like level 6.
Yeah.
Like, you got this.
Where are
Sure.
the nerves? Are you kidding? I can't hear you, Corey.
What's that? Can you hear me now?
Oh, I couldn't hear you there. Yeah.
I said, you're level 6. You got this.
Yeah, that means we're fit for the charcuterie plate. All right. Well, I'm kind of deciding there's not much I can do about that damn thing. So which one out of the rest of the group appears to be in poor shape the most? We've got new people.
We do, and we're just
And-
about to jump to them as soon as your turn is over.
You know what? I think I'm going to hold action so you can go ahead and do that.
Okay. Then next in the initiative order is going to be Colonomicon, as you are brought into the bottom of the arena, standing next to Mecha Spider. Please describe for us your characters. We'll go with Colin first. Please tell us about yourself a little bit and what you're wearing. What do you look like? You're muted.
Oh.
Still muted.
No.
The drow in
Yeah.
front of you begins chuckling as you stare on in silent regard.
Can't
Okay,
hear
well-
Colin.
We'll come right back to you. Let's go with Mecha Spider. Please introduce yourself.
You see a little kanku, looking like kind of grey feathers, kind of a few scratches, definitely a black eye, yellow eyes, wearing big like engineer goggles on their head, and just absolutely covered in weapons. And they're just like looking like, no, I don't want this. And
All right.
Hey, it's better than
Yep.
just being sent to the Eternal War.
Yeah, this is great. I got a bird buddy.
Yeah.
Aarakocras can fly, kangaroos can't.
Well, rub it in.
You can do falling with style.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Colin, do we have you yet?
Yep, you're good now.
Oh, that's weird. Hi. I'm Colonomicon. I look a lot like this, actually. I'm playing Jack, Gentleman Jack Le Guin in this adventure. Jack Jack is a brothel owner by trade, runs a very high class. They have an excellent union, fantastic benefits, and he is very proud of the trade that he plies at Madame Le Guin's house of consensual pleasure and pleasure seekers. But on a particular occasion, he's out looking for a bit of adventure and found himself mixed up in the wrong crowd and seems to have found himself in this arena now, has no idea how he got here. But Jack has some innate magical ability, and he's ready to fight for his life.
Oh my. That sounds great to me.
Yes, Jack. Welcome, gentleman Jack. I like it. As
Thank
you
you much.
stand before the crowd. Okay, so you are both to choose a pillar that you may approach.
The options being for colors.
Let's see. Currently, nobody is at the blue pillar or the green pillar. I'm sorry, not the blue.
I'm the
The
blue.
red pillar. Or
Are we
the
allowed to
green
go
pillar.
to pillars that have people on them already?
You are.
Oh.
Right. Good.
So it was red pillar, and what was the other one?
Blue pillar.
Which has to my eyes, who has the strongest looking person on it? Which pillar? That is.
Strength
Well,
comes in
so-
so many forms.
Yeah.
We have an Aarakocra hovering
boy.
in the air over the blue pillar, a tabaxi on the white pillar, and I'm sorry, and a ranger
A mountain dwarf
Okay.
on the black. Yep.
on the black.
I will go to the black.
All right. Jack
Very nice.
takes a look at the blue pillar and says, that looks like that matches my color scheme. I think I can rock out up there, and gonna go up the blue pillar.
As you get to the top of the pillar, you note that there are some odd crystal shards scattered across the surface of this one. And as you make your way onto the black pillar, you note that there is, despite what is on the other pillars, there is no skeleton here currently. No, I'm sorry, that's the white pillar. There's no current skeleton. The black pillar, he's still there. Yes.
I
just-
knocked him to pieces. That's it.
Is it both the black and okay, you're right. I thought so. But that brings us back to the top of the round though, guys.
So
So you know what happens at the beginning of the round?
I
skeleton.
still had a
Yay.
withheld action.
Oh, I'm sorry, Larry, you're absolutely right. You do have a held action. My apologies.
Right on. I'm looking like, we really should work together as a team as much as we can. They've already chosen which pillars. I was going to suggest to them to go up and join the Tabaxi, because a bard is your best friend when you're defending yourself. So who has a skeleton menacing them still on their pillar, Corey?
Just you.
Just me. Well, you know what? It's
Well, I
not
mean, there's
bothering
two
me at
empty
all.
pillars.
Oh, sure. What's wrong with that? Oh. All right, I'm going to do something that's an incredibly bad idea. Going to take out oil and put it on top of my pillar. You with me, Corey?
You're gonna take out what?
I'm going to take out oil and I'm going to spread it on my pillar.
Okay. Yes. And real quick, before the end of your turn, or when you finish this action, we will choose our rewards from our massive donations. We just got the 15-pound donation and the 50-pound donation to bring this dragon to life.
Wow. Okay, there we go. So everywhere that the skeleton can reach on my pillar is slippery now. Have fun.
Oh, so you lob an oil flask and it shatters across the surface of this pillar, busting against the side of the crystal.
Yep. There you go.
That makes for a slick situation. It's already ice, but then you add in oil on top of it, and I can only imagine where this is going.
Yep, you probably can.
So, well, that does mean that Mecha Spider, I'm sorry, Colonomicon, what was your character name? Gentleman Jack, as you make your way to the top of the pillar, oil bursts across the surface in front of you, covering the inner 5-foot radius of this pillar.
Welcome to the blue.
Jack, as you splatter the oil on the floor, Jack takes a look around and is like, normally this kind of thing costs extra, but fine. All right.
We'll make it up to you. Welcome to the blue.
My turn.
All right. Getting to the pillars will be in the introduction is going to be your first rounds.
Gotcha.
And then we are going to jump to the top, and we're going to do the lair actions, followed by 21, where Fiddler will take an action, and then we will follow with the skeletons. Okay, so the lair action, that is going to be the third pillar, which I believe is in fact the red pillar. Nobody is at the red pillar, correct? So
Correct.
So nothing happens to anybody, but a bolt of fire and lightning slams downwards into the ashes from Centurion. And following that, an additional bolt is going to fall in another location, which will be the second pillar, the blue pillar. Okay.
Now let's find out
so
what
I will
lightning
need-
does with oil.
2 dex saves. Well, it's ice lightning. So I need 2 dex saves.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Just a moment.
Made it again.
15.
15?
16. 1-6.
16. It is a DC 17 to make this. That is unfortunately a max damage strike. It's going to be 47
I would like to use my reaction to bend luck.
Okay. You also have an advantage there you could potentially spend.
I'm gonna you know what? I'll use the advantage.
Okay.
All right. So that is that's not so good.
Negative. Okay.
Poor decisions.
All right, gentlemen, Jack, you are struck for 47 points of ice damage.
Well, it's been great playing with y'all. It was really... Oh boy.
It is 10d6 damage for these lightning strikes.
Can I still bend luck?
Read it off for me. What does bend luck do again? I'm a little foggy on that one.
Yeah, sure. Bend luck is when you or another creature you see makes an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. You can use a reaction to spend 2 sorcery points and roll a d4 to subtract the number from to make it a benefit or a penalty. So I could add a d4 to myself or subtract.
So you could make that save.
I could make this
potentially
save.
make that save. You only need a +1 to make it. So
I only need a +1.
So it's
okay.
Impossible.
Okay, then I'll roll a d4.
All right.
And I got a 4.
That will put you at a 20 for your save. Very well done on your character abilities. That was close. It still strikes you. It slams into you, and you take half damage. So half of 47 is going to still be 24 points of damage. No, 23 points of ice damage as it slams you. Cold damage as it slams into you, and you can feel the frost as it hits you, and the ache in your joints for the rest of your days. You will feel this cold within you. It will never quite go away.
Oh, just like my unhappy childhood, this will be with me for so long.
You're now a living Cure album.
What are we all going to take? Is it the healing potion, Or is it the dragon
like-
statuette?
So glad I
the
took that
dragon.
healing potion.
It sort of extrudes from the center of the crystal and appears as a purple vial next to you.
With "Drink Me" on the label.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whew.
Larry, what would you like to choose?
Oh, I want the little dragon because it's going to be shiny and cool and
It
collectible.
There's a
Yeah.
little blue dragon with skeletal wings, and it appears extremely fragile, but is remarkably resilient in your grasp.
Oh, hi, little buddy. There you go.
All right.
Latch it onto my
Fiddler.
helmet.
Fiddler will
Fiddler,
take
what is-
the dragon statuette.
All right, that is a white statuette. Appears to be made of pure bone. It is very lightweight in your hand, and it is fragile.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
You love me. You really
Just-
love me.
Just being nominated is an award in itself, but
Mecha Spider.
I would like to take the statuette. The
All
dragon.
right, and you are
thingy.
on the black pillar. It extrudes out of the side of this crystal, and it has a little sort of corruption creeping away from it. But it is like a void in the room, in the shape of a void dragon almost. And then, Colin, what will you choose? You said the health potion, correct?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Jack is going straight for that fine hooch to try to stay up.
Oh yeah, it has a heady aroma.
Mm.
All right.
it's real life.
I'm gonna get the
And
tasting
Christy.
notes and slam that thing.
You pick
Purple
up a lot of
drank.
grape, and
Oh.
definitely something very illegal.
Ah.
It's purple
Okay.
drank.
Purple dragon.
It's purple drank.
Yep,
I'm
it's
gonna
just
do the
grape Pro
statuette
Loco,
too.
guys.
By the way,
Everyone in the rural South knows exactly what purple drink is.
Oh, I know what purple drank is. Yes.
Dungeon
Alright.
Master, can that healing potion be applied now, or do I have to wait till my turn?
So as you grasp it, you will to be able to take a free action. I use bonus action or reaction to drink a potion. I don't like spending an action for the sake of continuing play. But you are welcome to use it.
So the die roll is 2d4 plus something?
Yes, it'll be 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. All right.
All right.
Jack gets
Is it
back a
plus
big
one?
six hit points.
Okay. Add those back in, and then we are going to go ahead and move on. It is Cat's turn. Please tell us, Fiddler, what are you doing?
Seeing the large dragon start to move in the center, the cat narrows its eyes and it looks at this thing, and it seems to be made mostly of bone, perhaps?
It has regrown some putrid flesh as well.
Ah,
Strips of scale hang from the wing bones.
the cat hisses and looks at the bone thing and whispers, "Shatter," and looks at the lich and casts Shatter on the lich dragon.
Yes, and you are
15
centering it?
con save. On the dragon. On the lich dragon. That's
Undead are
15.
notoriously good at con saves. I don't know why you would use Shatter against undead.
I don't know.
It fails, but it's going to choose to succeed.
I'd like to use my last bardic inspiration to cutting words against that.
Okay. It is a legendary resistance.
Oh, it's a legend. Then I won't waste it then.
Yeah. That's why I'm telling
So
you that.
it will still take half of the 3d8. Half of 9, so 4 points of what kind of damage is that again? Sorry,
I'm sorry.
trying to-
What spell?
A shatter.
A shadow. Oh, it's force. It's force.
Force damage. Okay, so it's going to take 4 points of force damage.
Maybe it's thunder. Might be thunder.
Thunder damage. You're right. It is thunder damage.
Yeah.
So 4
All
points
right.
of thunder damage.
Yeah.
Now I've got
Okay.
I got AC/DC in my head now.
Yes.
Thunder.
All right. Well, he appears largely unfazed, but he definitely looks directly at you and is going to breathe and expel this black fog in your direction.
Damn.
I need a dex save.
Ouch.
Chat.
All right. I believe I have one more advantage left, so I'm going
You
to
do.
use that. So that's a 24.
24. You successfully avoid, and you will take half damage, necrotic, and it will be 10d6 necrotic. And I'm
Oh,
going
no.
to. That is 42 points of necrotic. You will take half, 21 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
This black fog blows over you, and before you flashes every little bit of your life that you have so far. And as a tabaxi, it seems remarkably short. And at the end, this skeletal rider looks up from a tattered hood and hisses and laughs and rides away into the darkness.
That's
You're
my
still
turn.
here, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's.
Okay.
I'm
I
still.
was just saying, if
Kitty cat's
if
up.
he didn't ride away into the
Kitty cat's
darkness,
waving
you
the
gotta let me
rider
know
away. Yep. No.
I was picturing Nicolas Cage, honestly. He's everywhere.
that. Oh no, Larry. All
That's
right.
unfortunate.
Okay. Next is going to be the skeletons and then the dragon. So on the black pillar, as it is reformed, it is going to make an attack against our newcomer, Mecha Spider. Your character's name was again
Leffy.
Leffy.
As in just Leffy.
Oh, Leffy. Okay. Not French. Leffy. Okay. Okay. So that is only a 12 to hit.
That misses.
All right, the greatsword whiffs past you, and you can taste the rust in the air as you see it go, leaving a black trail in the wind. The pulsing from its eyes growing fiercer with the presence of a dragon at its back. The next skeleton is going to be attacking, it's going to be attacking Gentleman Jack as the only other member on the blue. As can't quite reach Carl. So that's going to be a 14 to hit.
Well, that definitely might hit. I'm gonna ditch another 2 sorcery points and bend luck to try to knock his attack roll down.
Roll it.
All right. So here's your D4. There you go.
All right.
So you got a
So-
what? 12?
11. It was
11.
a 14
That is not
minus
gonna hit.
3. It'll be 11. 11 will not
hey.
hit. Okay. Oh man, you guys
I'd
are
like to
good with your...
interject. I'd like to interject before you're all out of actions that the avian that seems anchored in the air over there says, "Jump over and stand on my wings."
Okay.
So you can do that if you want. It's off the pillar.
Yes, when he comes to his round, absolutely, we'll be able to react to that. Still a skeleton for the dragon's turns.
Sorry, man. My mistake.
The dragon's turn, though.
Oh boy.
The dragon is going to reach up and is going to roar to the ceiling. And this pillar of light is going to come down and expand outward and consume the entirety of the column and it is a flashing series of colors scintillating and spinning throughout the room, and it sort of refracts up into the pillar or the crystals in the ceiling, and all 5 pillars are going to strike. That is going to be a dex save for everyone.
And he drops the base.
Drop the bass.
And the lights go wild.
The
Tuba's gonna
technoball
use her
lowered from
last
the ceiling,
advantage.
and we have a death rave.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh.
I will use an advantage.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Oh, 7.
Oh my! Have you ever seen something so terrifying?
Oh.
Nice.
Who got the natural 20? Cat. Okay, that is
I was like,
successful.
it wasn't me.
All right. Did anybody else succeed? Because I'm seeing some really bad numbers right there.
I'm going to
Yeah, it's
extend
not
another
great.
lucky.
Mecha Spider, what did you get? You're muted. I can't hear you. That's probably why I didn't hear you.
21.
21 will also succeed. All right, you will both take half damage. I'm going to roll them all as one just for the sake of brevity.
And
Okay, that will be 43 points of damage.
its save was 17.
Yes.
What's
Made
it
it
half
right
to?
on the money.
You see Tuba fall to the ground, limp. She's out.
Yeah, you see Jack just fall, and as he crumbles to the ground, just says, "I didn't even get the chance to do anything cool."
I would
I'm
have
so
done
Yeah,
this.
sorry,
as
Colin.
Tuba's dying, by the way, she's just gonna be looking at the new Kenku that just arrived on her pillar. She's like, a little late.
What was the 43 half to? Sorry.
I'm sorry, one more time.
What was
Oh, it's
the
43,
half
so it'll
to?
be 1/2 rounded down. So that will be 42 divided by 1 is 21 points of damage. All right. And it will be associated with the color, so it is necrotic for you, and for Cat, that will be from the white pillar, so radiant for you.
Okay, the Tabaxi is going to use their last bardic inspiration to cutting words that damage.
Corey, can you read my last message in the next place?
Let's see.
And so that reduces the total damage. I rolled a 7, reducing the total damage taken to 14.
Oh,
leaves me still
nice. Excellent. Charlie, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing the last message before the 233 one. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So there,
Go Charlie.
the donor for divine inspiration wanted to favor Colin. So I'm going to give you a potential God save. Okay, so this is harkening back all the way to 2nd edition of
Oh,
D&D,
wow.
AD&D, way back in the 90s. It is a 5% chance of your God having been watching you right at that moment and saying, "No, I'm not going to
Does
let
this-
this happen. You don't go out that easily." But I'm going to up it to a 15% chance because of the favor.
Does this
please
involve
roll for
THACO?
me.
Because it's 2nd edition.
It does not. It means roll
Okay,
for
good.
me higher than a 17 on a
On a
D20.
Higher than a
can
17
do it.
on a d20.
That's an 18, 19, or 20. That's a 15% chance.
You can
Oh
do
boy.
it.
All right. Brace for impact. Oh. Did I mention I'm an atheist? Now would be a good time to mention I'm an atheist, huh? Yeah.
I think that you called this onto yourself. I've got it right here, 234:47 in chat. Colonomicon, the gods do not favor me.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So,
But on the bright side, I will say one thing. To those of you who have died in this round, you are not evaporated and inhaled by the dragon. Your body is laying there.
Interesting.
So potentially
All right.
you might be saved. Depends. Let's see how the
Okay.
party does.
great. Maybe
Okay.
more of it for taking those healing potions.
Right.
Oh,
Brutal. Brutal.
that is a good point. I totally forgot about that. Christy, you chose the black dragonette statue.
Yeah.
I also did.
Yes. Please take 1d10 reduction to the damage.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, let's see if that. How
7.
much was so how much was the damage? Just
Yeah, everyone who took this dragon statuette can reduce by 1d10 damage.
Well, hey.
I'm still down. I'm still down.
Well,
Oh,
if
no.
I'd known that.
Well, you weren't supposed to know that. Okay. Thank you so much, Colin. If you would like to plug something for us,
Not
us
really.
your last
Other
moments.
than, I am Colonomicon. I'm going to plug myself. If you would like someone to play a stream game with you, by all means, hit me up on Twitter at Colonomicon. On Discord, same. It's the same thing everywhere. Twitch, all that. And I would like to plug Doctors Without Borders. Absolutely fantastic charity. I also donate to them monthly as it is. And as I said earlier, now I can say I died for their cause. So please donate. Thank you all. Good night.
Hey, Colin, real quick, I do want to say I've got some spots coming up on an Eberron campaign. I would like to pull you there. I think I want to see a little more of Gentleman Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, by all means, please. I mean, I got to use this costume for something else, right?
Yeah, send me a DM. We're gonna get Gentleman Jack in there and see what you can do in
Yeah.
Eberron.
Right
I
on,
just
bro.
added you on Twitter.
All right. Good night, y'all.
See you, buddy.
Okay, so next,
You want me to migrate?
describe for me your last
Yeah.
moments here in Eberron, and then please shout out.
Well, my last moments were gonna be very. As soon as it hit me, you're just gonna see her fall to her knees, look at the Kenku, and she's like, "Oh, that's lame," and just fall. But I do want to shout out. This has been a really fun game. Thank you, everybody who's been donating. Keep donating. I was really excited to be a part of this. Remember that this is not about just you. This is about everybody. So if you can't stay home, stay home. And I want to shout out to the Killer GM. Go to his Twitch channel tonight, Made to Have 7, and you watch me play Romy Goldfang in the Dreadful Beat of DJ Strahd. But tonight's a WrestleMania edition, so come hit us up.
Wrestling in Barovia, yes, please.
Wow.
Yes,
It's
please.
amazing. We're actually wrestling the Pennywise version of the Burgermeister. So, boom. All right.
Oh,
this is
man.
great, guys.
Holy cow! Thanks, Christy.
Yep.
All right. And it looks like we got some new players joining us who will be taking the spot. Looks like we've got, is that Pope? The name still says Colonomicon.
No, yeah, I'm Doc.
Doc Rimbo.
And
Oh,
I
thought
think
you
Pope
said
is
that you
coming
weren't gonna
in
make it.
right
Other way.
now.
Funk Soul
Nope, okay.
Brother.
I'm sure Pope's on his way.
All right. Excellent. And so we are going to continue. We have done the dragon's turn and the skeleton's turn. And welcome, Pope. And we shall get your name fixed. And then, all right. So next in the round is going to be actually Doc Rimbo.
Oh, all
who's
right.
taking
Okay, great.
Christy's turn in initiative order.
Okay, excellent. So, entering the arena is a goblin who it has sort of glowing mushrooms growing out of his ear, a long stalk of thin mushrooms growing out, and he looks around at all these pillars, and he is going to he's going to look for the person who looks like they've taken some hits. So he's probably going to climb up next to Fiddler, I think, on Fiddler's pillar, and sort of climb up there and hoist himself up. And he has a little like sword with him, and he walks up and he says, "Hi, hello, cat. My name I'm Dirt. Me, I'm Dirt. You? What's your name?"
Spaxy cocks his head. You know how cats do. And they I'm Fiddler. And then just strokes his head up against your shoulder.
I lean into cat. And then I say, "Here, you look sick." And then I'm going to cast a healing word on Fiddler, just to help her out a little bit. So that's 3d4 plus 3. I'm casting it at a big level. So Fiddler takes 11 points back.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. Don't die. And then that's my bonus action. And then I look and I see the Dracolich for the first time. And say, "Ah!" And I'm going to cast Erupting Earth at 3rd level. So I need a dex save from the big bony dragon. And meanwhile, I will roll what damage it might or might not take.
Yes, so that is going to be a fail, but it is going to choose to succeed.
Excellent, great. It does end up taking half of 22, so it takes 11 points of damage as the ground around it writhes and starts battering against it. And then it is difficult terrain, which doesn't matter because it can fly if it wants to, I'm sure. But it is, it takes a little bit of hurt. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so we just got another donation. Thank you, Necrovama, for donating advantage for all party members, and an additional 2 for Duckrimbo. That is fantastic. We really need to replenish these out there. Look at that. You guys are just really using these things up.
That's great.
Mecha Spider, you inherited 4. You inherited 4. So that's going to be an additional... You have 5 advantages. Please use them. Especially as
I'm not going to
come into your turn. However, I do want to say that the dragon is going to use a legendary action against Doc Rimbo, who has just leveled an attack against him. He's not a fan of being attacked. As its wing comes slamming down towards your pillar, it's actually going to be an AoE across the top of the pillar. So you are on... you are on the white pillar.
Yep.
Yep. So I need a dex save from both of you.
Okay.
I will be using my advantage.
I will also, just right out of the gate. Oh, that's a crit. Never mind.
That's a 24.
That's a 22 from me.
That is a success for both of them. It was only 24 points of damage. Please take 12 damage. As the wing bones glance off of you, leaving a sodden, sort of half-grown fungal flesh, sort of residue sliding up your back. The stench that will never leave you. You will never forget it, and it's the skunk that never goes away.
I think Undirt appreciates it more than the dragon intended.
Goblins.
Yeah.
You can't
I
buy
see a
perfume
goblin.
like that. Okay, and then it is going to be Mecha Spider. I'm so sorry we skipped you in the last round. We're going to throw you in, and then we will come back to you this round again.
Okay, I wish my teammate was still next to me alive because it really helped, but never mind. What is in front of me? I'm on the black pillar. Is there any enemies?
There is a skeleton standing on the pillar with you, and about 20 feet away from you, there is a giant, enormous skeletal Dracolich.
Right. Okay. Cool.
6 stories
I
tall.
will. Brilliant. I will draw my short sword and just stab the skeleton. I'm useless alone, so, and I'm going to use advantage.
Please do.
Christ, first one's terrible. Whew. Ew. My highest roll was a 10, which was +7 from a 3. So, and my other roll was a night 1. But so with advantage, it's just a 10.
That will not hit. That will not hit.
Fuck.
Okay, so you swing wildly, and you are in the black pillar. Okay, and then next we're going to jump in.
Can I, as a
Do you
bonus?
have additional? Yes,
Yeah,
please.
Sorry, I haven't played this class in a while. I think as a bonus action, I can prepare. Actually, never mind. Oh wait, never mind. I can. Yeah. Okay. As a bonus action, I would like to. Is there any cover? Or anything at all?
From the dragon, yes, you could get behind the crystal, but you'll be within melee range of the skeleton.
Okay. I would like to disengage as a bonus action from the skeleton.
Okay, so you make your way to the opposite side of the pillar?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're standing at the top of the stairs on your pillar, on the outer edge of the pillar. You have 25% cover from the crystal between you and the dragon. And then we are going to jump into Carl's turn. But we are going to first have a legendary action. The dragon is going to lash out with a claw attack to the 5th pillar, the white pillar. And that is going to be an attack. I will use advantage. It is going to be against Doc Rimbo. You just joined the white pillar, correct? All right, you're muted. All right. That is a nat 20.
That will hit.
Oh, Doc.
Thank you for. I appreciate the clarification. Oh my God. That is not nice.
Something. Yeah, that's what you
we
love
hear
to hear.
Corey say that. Yeah.
I know, right?
That was 2 11s on a D12 attack for a crit. So 32 points of necrotic damage. 22 points of bludgeoning damage and 10 points of necrotic damage as its claws rake across your torso.
Ondert gets slashed hard by this, but is still alive.
All right.
Woo! All right.
Ow. Right, and then next is going to be Carl.
Okay. Well, poor Doc over there. Oh my goodness. So I have seen. Okay. It hurts that I don't have the character names up here. I've got Doc there, and Pope World Build, and Mech Spider. Okay. One of them just got smacked hell out of by a skeleton, I believe. That was
me.
That was Doc.
That was
Doc,
Ondert. Yeah.
Well, Doc,
He's
your
pretty
feathered
rough.
buddy-
He's pretty bad off.
Yeah, your feathered buddy is going to lay a couple of arrows into your skeleton.
Ah! Oh wait, into the dragon?
No, let me be more specific. Into the skeleton that was attacking you, not the dragon, nor your skeleton.
Got it.
I am not putting arrows into your skeleton.
That's good teamwork.
Okay. I'm a giver. Let's see. A 10, a 13. Is that going to hit it?
Negative.
I whiffed it. Okay. But a 20 should hit.
20 will hit. 20 will hit, yes.
9 points of damage. It's the whip.
9. No, what kind of damage?
It's piercing.
Non-magical?
Nope. I don't, and that's not onto the Dracolich. That's onto the skeleton that was menacing Doc.
Yep.
Okay. It's now decorated.
All right. Yes, it has. It has been feathered appropriately. Now it just needs some tar. I mean, I believe there's a bunch of oil around your pillar.
I'm just watching the one that's still there, just slipping around, just on his ass all the time, falling on his bony ass. Oh, my hip! Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's got some good grip with them bones on the ice and whatnot. But it's oil on ice.
Yeah.
Nothing stands on that.
Yep.
Okay.
I
It
bring
looks
the
like
comedy.
Bambi on ice. Okay.
Bring the comedy. There you go.
And following that, we're going to bring in Pope. Please tell us about your character. How do you look? What do you do?
This is Jurin Rex. He is clad in hefty chainmail, wielding a shield, a sword, brought out to the base of these pillars. Is the Drow still there?
The Drow, Le Crier, down below?
Yes.
Yes, he is standing there. He's glaring at you, snickering.
It's like, yeah.
I'm going to just stare in his eyes and quickly say, "Look not to the skies, nor the depths below, nor even the distant past or future. Seek the divine within, for the blood is the life, and in its call can be heard the promise of eternal life. One has but to listen. You are weak. You are having others do your work for you, and by Vol, I shall see you dead." And I'm going to try and kill the dragon.
Yeah, calling him out.
Okay. I like it. What are you doing?
Get it, Pope.
I am going to attempt to stab the hell out of him, as I am a paladin of conquest and detest weakness.
Yes. Yes.
I
Give
hope
in
you
to the
did
dark side.
Do it.
Feel the hate.
All right, so does a 20 hit?
Yeah, 20 is going to hit.
I'm going to smite.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And which smite are you going to use?
Just the basic smite, because it's Drow, so radiant damage should get the job done.
Yeah.
And we're just going to spit the first level spell, so 17 damage pumped into him.
All right,
That's
so
the first strike. Yay for being a 6th level paladin, so attack again.
Mm-hmm.
Use that second advantage I've got.
I'm liking this. Level 6 is good for paladins.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
A
Does
19 will
hit?
hit.
Excellent. And we'll smite again. Using a first spellable spell. Pump an additional 17 for 34 damage in total.
34 points of damage. Very well struck as you just break out the radiant divine smite and bring the wrath of the divine into this room. It is remarkably brilliant in the kaleidoscope of other colors being shattered around by this dragon above. You strike him first from the left, then from the right, trying to fell him like a tree. You catch him in the sides, and you see his little pieces of bone chips go flying out from inside of his robe and scattering across the sand. And he looks at you with a wounded look on his face that turns from fear to mirth. And he reaches out towards you with a palm. You will pay for your insolence.
It's not insolence, it's righteousness. Now bow.
I need a dex save.
Chicka
All
wow
right.
wow.
Does anybody else know what spell you use your pointing finger for?
J'accuse?
That a 6 is
that's
not
a
going to
failure
save
versus
for?
Finger of Death. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a ray of disintegration.
Okay.
Oh, not a finger of proctology. Okay.
Well, we can rename this spell, but I don't think there's anything going to be the proctor after
We're
this.
naming the Drow. This is Karen. She wants to speak to your manager.
That's right.
All right.
Die for your insolence. I have a coupon for
God.
insolence.
That is 74 points of necrotic damage.
And just like that, I'm done.
You're
real
smitten
quick,
to ash.
Sorry, Corey.
Yes.
Corey.
What do you got? What do you got?
Is Pope within 10 feet of me by any chance?
You went to the white pillar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 45 feet up in the air.
Never mind. Under it says,
yeah,
"Oh,
the
that's
black pillar
bad for
is-
that guy."
Pope, I am so sorry.
No,
I
that
don't
was the
think
best way to
Leclerc
go
wanted
out.
to be attacked this round.
Quick slicing.
What?
I think as he is being disintegrated, there is just that moment of divinity as the blood of Vol takes hold within, and so in the armor and everything, but for a moment the skeleton just holds defiant. The eyes just burning in their sockets to ash, staring through this weak Drow, as finally he falls to dust.
That's an awesome go.
Yeah, and in the blood of Vol, there is no greater waste. But for a purpose, you have given yourself, perhaps, and I doubt he has another, disintegration ray just sitting there handy,
You never know.
That's awesome.
But as for me, folks,
shout out.
Been great being here. Even as so brief it is, but it's for a noble cause, and that is what we fight for. As for me, I'm Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Give generously. We've got a few more moments. Give till it just about hurts. And then tonight, I want to welcome you all to Matev 7's channel for the dreadful beat of DJ Strahd. It's WrestleMania 2020. Get down. And then I also want to shout out our great folks over on Twitch, Praxagoria Thesmophoria, and her classics on Twitch streams that start at 11 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday through Friday. Show up, have a wonderful time. Take care, everybody. Love y'all.
Thank you, Pope, so much. We love you, buddy. That was the shortest run ever. I am so sorry, Pope, but thank you so much. I loved your character. And I want to see more in future games. Definitely. Okay, we've got Andrew coming in, and we will jump into that in just a moment. I actually don't even have a card written. All right, and I always get the hate. I always get the hate. Now, here's the thing with disadvantages. All right, guys, I don't pick when to use them. You do. Okay. So, Colin has given 2 disadvantages for me. And you may choose when they are going to come into effect. Use them wisely. Thank you guys so much for the donation. Seriously, it's so worth it. I can't wait to watch how this dragon fails gloriously forward in the name of a good cause. All right. I mean, not failing forward in a good way for the dragon. A good way for the cause. A good way for the cause. God, you guys look at me with such terror when I said that. All right. And because we are getting closer towards the end of the stream, I'm going to amp it up just a little bit here. And we are bringing in Andoril. We will introduce your character in just a moment here. The crowd. The chanting intensifies. They can sense the end is near. Blood has been spilled. The dragon is no longer absorbing spirits. The eyes of the dragon begin flashing between the chromatic colors as it beats its powerful wings. And the crystals in the cavern above become solid like the night sky. And then you see a faraway land as it fades, turns, and twists. And you see an enormous cavern where another dragon is held captive behind a wall of force that has been held in place by many other dragons, smaller dragons. The dragon behind this field has 5 heads, and she roars in frustration, blasting the shield with spells in a constant battle for millennia. As Tiamat struggles to escape the 5 pits, or the 5 sorrows. And more disadvantages for the game master. Charlie said, let's do something cool, and apparently let's do something cool means disadvantage for the game master. Oh my god, you guys are awesome. All right, here we go. We're going to come back in. Oh my god, that's so much going on. I'm like lost in the initiative tracker here. I believe that Pope just went, and that's going to bring us back to Mecha Spider, where we would be at for your second turn, and then we will come back in at the top of the round, followed by Cat.
Quick clarification on rules. For sneak attack, do I need a player within 5 feet of the enemy?
You need something that gives you advantage. Anything
I will use an advantage. Can I use one of my advantages?
For the sake of the one shot, and because of the spread out pillars like this, I'm gonna just make a blanket statement that yes, using an advantage die will be good enough to create sneak attack for this scenario.
Okay. 20 to hit.
The dragon? Negative.
No, I mean, it's not the dragon. I was attacking the skeleton that was in front of me.
Oh, the skeleton, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, because you attacked him last. Yes, absolutely, that hits. And I just want to throw a quick shout out there. We have smashed through our goal. Thank you so much for your donations. Please do continue giving, as it is such an amazing cause in these trying times. And these characters and these lovely faces, these players here, they are definitely going to need it in the moments to come. So a 20 does strike into this black skeleton, and the miasma shatters outwards from where your blade impacts. Roll for damage, sir.
Okay, so that's the first hit was. Oh wait, it's plus 3d6 as well. Sorry, 10, 11, 14, 16 damage.
16 damage, and that is what type of damage?
That would be from a short piercing.
Piercing, non-magical.
Non-magical.
Okay, perfect. All right. As you lodge your weapon into the rib cage, you see a bone dust comes shaking out, and these black tendrils reach out, grabbing hold of your weapon for just a moment as this black tar-like ooze begins creeping up your blade. You note that it's slick. It reminds you, it has like an iridescent sheen to it, like some of the deadliest poisons you might have employed over the years. And it releases your blade with a sickening, thick squelch.
You make this old man weep.
Appears to be regenerating something.
As a bonus action, I will back off again and disengage from the skeleton.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Good use of action economy. Thank you so much, Mecha Spider. All right, that is going to bring us back to the top of the round. And Kat, you have the win on initiative at 21. What is Fiddler going to do with it?
Fiddler looks at the dragon, and having seen the noble sacrifice of the paladin down on the floor against the drow and his mushroom friend who is starting to look like mulch.
Mulchroom.
And he pulls out his fiddle and begins caterwauling as he scrapes the bow across the fiddle and casts dissonant whispers on the dragon. It's a DC 15 wisdom save. I'd like to evoke disadvantage on this save.
You got it.
And that's cast at 2nd level.
All right, that is actually only a 10. And it will be a fail. And because you invoke disadvantage, I'm not going to circumvent it. It is a failure.
So he's going to take 46 of psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
And it's in difficult terrain.
It is in difficult terrain. So it has a fly speed. So it's 25 feet. Yeah. Okay.
16 points of psychic damage.
Ooh. Cat, well done. That is the strongest strike against this thing thus far.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it is going to move to the southeast, and the crowd of the Cult of Kyber is going to flinch backwards as it flies towards them with this vista of another dragon as it flickers across the top of the cavern. And you can see the dragon, it seems to be banking towards what could potentially be his lost love.
that's my turn. I'm done.
Okay,
That's well
okay,
done.
and then it will be the dragon's turn. And he is going to again invoke the ceiling. So I need everybody to make for me a dex save.
I'll be using advantage, I'm sure.
Can I use Uncanny Dodge? Just to take half.
Uncanny. That's before damage is declared? After the roll, correct?
It just says you can use your reaction to half the damage as attack against you.
Yes. So we would fail the dex save, then you would use Uncanny Dodge.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry, I'll roll my dex save then.
Otherwise, it would be saved for half anyways. However, if you have level 2 in Rogue, you have the ability to use... what's it called? There's another ability that allows you to actually just negate the damage if you successfully save. Evasion, yes, thank you.
Oh, well, I got a 17 on the save, and...
That is enough to have the damage. Do you have evasion?
As a thief, and I've got 6 levels in Rogue.
You do have evasion then.
Yep.
So you take no damage as this bolt of lightning, this black, viscous, fluid, dripping lightning rips through the air, and like sort of this tar ectoplasm begins coating the surface on the top of the pillar. All right. Who else? What do we got for saves?
Got 18.
That will succeed. You will take half damage. It is max damage at 47 points of damage. So you will take half. That will
On
be
dirt. Dies.
23 points of damage.
Yeah, that's plenty more than I have. Onder just sort of gets covered in this sludge, and sort of looks at the cat and says, "God black, fiddler," and dies.
It's actually on the white pillar. You are struck with a bolt of white lightning that is hot and glowing red, and you are incinerated to the bone as you are.
Corey, kill
gasping
me
your
any way you
final
want,
words.
man.
You fall to ash. Oh my god. On dirt. I'm
Leaving
so
a little
sad, man.
mushroom.
Yes, your little mushrooms are completely unaffected. They're
They're
going to
fine.
set up home here on the top of the pillar, and they are going to grow for many generations.
Oh, nice. That's great. Thank you. That's encouraging.
Do you have a shout out?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm Doc Rimbo, and I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitter, and all around the place. This Friday, I'm going to be playing Zweihander for the first time at I think 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time with our friends at Master the Game RPG on their Twitch channel. I know a lot of fun folks from the ERP universe are going to be there too, like F.R.'s Hermit and Steve and all sorts of fun people. So come on over and watch that. And I get to stick around. Charlie says I get to stick around and watch the rest of the stream. So I'm just gonna relax and watch all of you die.
They've almost got him. They've done 23 damage to the dragon. They got this. We're good. There is no way this dragon is going to fly off into the distance and free Tiamat and potentially kill all of Eberron.
I think he is mocking us. I think Corey is mocking us.
The Cult of Kyber does not want this dragon to do that. The Cult of Kyber wants this dragon to go fight Belishra. So, that's what you're here for, right? To free this dragon to go fight Belishra. All right.
I'm here for the craft services table. I don't know what y'all think. I'm over here eating sandwiches.
It's far from the east.
So that is the dragon's turn. I'm sorry, Larry, you saved. So Carl, you saved. Take 23 points of damage. And then... Except you can reduce it by 1d10 as well because you picked the dragon statuette.
But it was a dex save.
Oh. Yep. No damage for you.
That's right.
I'm really a fan of that build. Well done, Larry.
Thank you.
Okay, and
the tabaxi fail or the fiddler.
Fiddler?
I rolled a 22, but half damage is going to incinerate the cats.
Oh. Cat, you have had a wonderful run. And as the red bolt lightning forks off from the strike that took down on dirt, you are both incinerated, reaching out towards one another with your last grasp. You are both rendered to ash. What would you say in your final moments?
There will be others to carry on tradition. And with that, they curl up and dissolve into ash.
Oh.
Cleric of Court, it has been amazing yet again. Thank you, Kat. I really enjoy your playstyle, your RP, and your character builds, and fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. Please, do you have a shout out?
I will let you finish the round, and I'll do mine at the end when we do our outro.
Perfect. All right. And then we need the save from Mecha Spider.
Didn't I already evade, or?
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. We went through that. All right. That is everybody then. And Duriel, we are going to, I'm saying that wrong, but this is your moment to introduce your character as you step into the arena. The ashes of Pope's character falling before you into the sands.
So stepping into the arena is a tall and very muscular, think Mr. Universe High Elf, wearing just enough to be decent, but mostly just showing off a completely oiled body, posing, flexing all the way, faltering step upon seeing what's actually happening and seeing two people turn to ash, and eventually just decides to strike a pose and says, "My truth lives on."
Excellent, excellent. And which pillar will you be taking then? The Drow.
Place of my recently fallen friends. Where cats
Take your pillar. The battle has already joined. And his arm falls to his side.
Donskoy climbs up on the on the pillar where the remains of a tabaxi currently drift away.
You are on the white pillar. There are actually two bodies that are turned to ash at the top of there, swirling in eddies and flying off into the chamber around you in the flight of the dragon, with the wind caused by its wings. And that is going to take us to...
And mushrooms.
And mushrooms.
And mushrooms. There are mushrooms on the top of this pillar.
Yeah. Use the spore drive.
I believe that is going to take us to Larry's turn?
Yep. I really don't want to engage a Draco Lich. I really don't.
You know, just a little bit ago, you were saying you've never fought a Lich before, and it was a moment of celebration.
It was a moment of resignation, said with enthusiasm. Remember me that way. Yeah, so we've still got any skeletons up on the pillars? Any at all?
There
still?
is a skeleton. It rebuilds itself at the beginning of every round. So the skeleton before you, on your pillar, the blue pillar, is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's within melee range of it anymore. So it's sort of like menacingly swinging at you with a blade.
So the Draco Lich is now flying?
It is.
Flying.
It is circling the arena on the outside.
Okay.
Oh, it's actually freed from Cat's effect now.
It's over the crowd?
Well, it's circling the arena. It's circling the 5 pillars.
Oh,
trying
I
to
see.
find a
Okay.
way to fly through the crystals in the ceiling to get to Tiamat.
That's not going to be good for anybody. Well, do or die time. I'll draw out my sacks. See, I have what I call oil bombs or oil grenades. It's 4 flasks of oil in ceramic containers in a sack. And I can take both of those, and I can take my blast grenade, and I can time it, and I can use Druidcraft to light them and throw them at the Draco Lich.
I will allow it. Druidcraft normally not supposed to catch things on fire, but because it's an incendiary, I will allow it for lighting fuses and whatnot. Excellent.
There it is.
I like it. Throw.
And we're going to. Yeah.
So it's a ranged attack. I have a +3. Let's see what happens. I'm trying to hit about the size of a gas station. So let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 15.
That will not hit exactly where you're trying to hit. It won't hit the tile. Please roll for me a D8.
A D8. 6.
All right, and so that would be, if you are counting around, that will be the southwest tile. It is actually still a dragon's tile, so you will still hit, just not where you intended to on the dragon. It breaks on the left forearm, the foreleg, instead of the rib cage where you were aiming.
Well, okay. I don't know if the second sack hits or not.
That is a +3, a 9.
Yeah.
A 9 is not within is not within 5.
Oh no, that
of
was the
AC,
D8.
so.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'd rolled a 12. Okay, and then the third one, which is the one that'll detonate them, is well, that's not good. But I can now use. I have a bonus action. Let's see, what is it here? Looking up on the character sheet, making sure I've got this. Superiority dice.
Yes.
Haven't used any yet. So there's an
You did
extra
use
8.
one roll of a superiority die when you used your defensive parry
You're
move.
right.
Yep.
Let me mark that. Okay. So there we go. I needed a 15 to hit. Was that right?
Well, it's a 17 armor. I'm sorry, it's a 22 armor class.
Okay.
And I totally miffed that other one wouldn't have hit, but yes. Well, we'll call a 17 a hit because a 17 was a hit the first one.
Right on. Okay. Damage dice time.
Yes, roll your damage dice. That is 2 hits and a miss.
Okay. Let's see then. Okay. 4d6. So 3. 6. 5. 5. So that is 10, 16, 19, plus 3, 22 fire damage. And then
22 fire damage. Perfect.
And then a 4 and a 3, 7, 10 thunder damage.
All right.
Sorry, 13 thunder damage.
Got it.
And now the oil on it is ignited. And now
excellent. So we will consider it on fire, and each round, at the top of the round, it will take 1d10 burning damage. And there is a flaming giant dragon skeleton flying around the room, leaving a trail of black, oily smoke and soot in its wake.
I feel like that
At this point, you hear a loud, resounding boom as the iron and wood gates to the west side of the arena are smashed open. And despite the size and the crash, you see a small human-sized individual come walking out. Those of you familiar with the aberrations might recognize them to be a Dalkir. Behind him, he is flanked by 4 elder beholders, and various other aberrations come through the door, crawling along the walls.
Yeah.
The smell of something fetid floods the cavern. There was the dragon, or the Dracolich smell before, and that was foul. But this is something. I need a Constitution saving throw from each of you.
Yikes. Okay.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm going to use my advantage. An advantage.
A 19.
Yeah, also using advantage.
Hope a 19 will do it.
Finally, my luck comes around.
Very nice on that nat 20. You smell worse. I mean,
I got a nat 20 as well.
Don't ask where, but let's just say there's a brothel in Sharn that really makes this not that bad.
Gentleman Gems.
I was going to say the bodybuilding locker room, but yeah, sure.
Okay, all right. This is it. Some of the bad parts of Sharn are just really, really foul smelling to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's the bad smelling part of those towns. So let's move along. So we've got some of the nastiest, creepy, crawliest, tentacliest things crawling from the void, from beyond. The aberrations, they are glaring, they are squirming, they are looking from every angle. The Lord of Eyes, Balashira, has the Dalkir. He looks a little bit like a drow with dark hair, and he comes marching into the room. His a glare of contempt withers the drow and the cult, and they begin fleeing in the opposite direction, completely ignoring the dragon at this point, who is going to spew this massive gout of black bile and liquid and bones coming from another dimension out across these things. And you watch as various beholders and other things begin melting into writhing piles of green bubbling ooze. Bilishira walks among it, unfazed. It's almost sweeping away from his feet as he walks forward towards you all. And that is going to bring us to, let's see, Enduriel, I believe, is the only one left alive beside. Let's see, we've got...
I'm alive.
Mecha Spider, you're still alive.
Yep.
So
is Larry.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yes.
Larry just went. And so Carl just went. So actually it's Enduriel, and then we'll be Mecha Spider. We will then start the round over.
Okay.
Do it.
Quick question at the start of this. Is the dragon within 120 feet of me?
Very much so.
Excellent. In that case, Donskoy is going to stand to full height, take a moment to limber up, and then just start posing. You can see muscles rippling, and as you see it, there's a pattern to them. And I am in fact casting, if you'll allow this flavoring, I'm using that to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Yes.
He's standing there flexing, going, "Turn your gaze to me."
It's like Terry Crews pecs. Wow.
That's essentially what I'm going for. So that will be on the dragon a wisdom saving throw, and I'm going to invoke your disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
Because he's still got one legendary resist left. I was about to use it. This is gonna go well for you, I'm sure.
I hope.
That is a natural one. He's going to fail. The second one can't get much worse than that. So that is a fail on the wisdom save. And despite the immortal being walking and marching with an army out of the abyss, he's going to stare down towards this very, very shiny high elf. They look of utter disdain and is going to lash out.
Oh,
Please note.
I thought
that
he was.
on
I
a
was going to say in
failed
Draconic,
save,
dad ass.
the on a failed save, the creature is charmed, which I guess probably can't happen to an undead dragon.
There we go.
But
Okay, that's a little more important. I'm sort of like, just look at me is kind of
Yeah, on a failed save is charmed, and if charmed, incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
So, I really, it's an undead template,
Yes.
and he's immune to charm.
Yeah, but
But for the lols.
But for the lulz,
It's
there
really
are
dry.
black smoke hearts coming out of the top of this dragon's head, and he decides, I'm not going to kill that one. That one looks like it's going to be one of the Undying.
I realize Edril is like, he walks in and he is an Oscar statue. Now that's acting.
God.
Oh, Mecha Spider, with your roguiness.
That's, I don't know what to do. I would like. I'm assuming the skeleton's still in front of me, but I'm probably ignoring it at this point.
There is a skeleton directly. No, you killed it. You killed it.
Ah, okay. How far away is the dragon from me?
Around 60 feet right now.
Right.
It is on the far side of the circle from the. Oh wait, no, you're on the black pillar. You're
Yep.
the black pillar. He's actually 20 feet away from you.
Oh God, that's a lot closer than I thought it was. This guy has probably amazing AC, but I'm going to shoot at him with my short bow because I
Okay.
really don't know what to do at this point. And I'm going to use an advantage to have sneak attack.
Yeah,
That worked
let's
last
do it.
time, so
yeah, I will allow it.
Do
I like
it.
it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
so that's that would be 24 to hit.
$24? Yes, the 24 will hit.
My God. Okay, right. Let me just roll this damage. 23 damage.
23 damage, and that is non-magical piercing.
For a short bow, I believe it is piercing. Yep.
Yep.
And then
All
as a
right.
bonus action, I would like to hide from the dragon.
There is a crystal on your platform.
Yes, I am hiding
You may hide
behind.
behind that.
Yeah. So should I roll stealth or something?
You just roll a hide check for me. Yeah, it'll be stealth check. It is 2 feet tall and about 1.5 feet wide, so it's very, very cramped for a hiding place.
I am very small. 16. Wait, sorry, 19. That was upside down.
All right, 19. Very nice.
And as the Kenku hides behind the crystal, he just like puts his hood up and like just kind of shivers. A few tears come through his eyes.
Oh,
Just like
making me feel bad for the.
I should die of old age. This guy is like
How
50
long did
years.
Kenku live?
Kenku's lived for 60 years, and this one's 50.
Oh, he will die of old age then. At an old age.
Oh no!
Okay, so that is going to bring us back to the top of the round, where, Kat, you are a pile of ash, so that means it is going to be the dragon's turn, who has failed to recharge his breath weapon, but still has plenty of other fun things to do, and is going for a dive tackle onto Belishira. And as this dragon swoops down and hits the torso of this incomparably small humanoid, it is brought screeching to a halt, like flying into a brick wall, as this immortal presence is just smashed into, and the dragon latches 4 limbs into it and starts attempting to shred it, tearing it apart. And Belishira begins grappling with this 6-story tall dragon.
Who is on fire?
Who is on fire. God, does it get any more epic than that? And that is going to, is being this like black wave of bubbling fluid and ooze is sort of sloshing its way across the foot of the arena as it invades the Cult of Kyber, fleeing in the opposite direction. And you all know exactly where this is going, as this immortal battle has been going on for a long time, but it has always been one that has been a lost cause. The dragon is shattered once again. Thank you all so much as you rise, looking into the remnants of these fleeing Cult of Kyber and these shattered dragon bones sloshing around in this black ooze. Belishira waves his hand, and those of you who have survived awaken in your beds the remaining morning with no recollection of the events as they transpired. Those of you fallen have joined the phylactery that you were inhaled. If you did not, you are simply just no more.
Great.
I can't believe this. I promised my friends I would die today.
I mean, I did pray to the gods of our and Jesus, so thank you, my lord. Hail.
Breakfast seems somewhat tasteless this morning. Like you've had a great experience and come back to something so mundane as eggs.
My pot of worms isn't as good.
Eggs?
Really quick, I do want to send a quick shout out. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Fantasy Grounds, World Anvil, Zweihander, and Mordifius. You guys, we couldn't do this without you, and we couldn't bring such an enormous cast together and bring such a fantastic channel for the platform to spread the word for Doctors Without Borders. So thank you all so much for your contributions to the momentum this channel has. And as well, thank you all for being such amazing players today. Not all of you are on stream right now, but I do want to thank you, those of you who are still in chat and who have been here supporting all of this. What an incredible cast today. You guys have brought some serious mechanical prowess to this game. And at level 6, fighting a Dracolich Elder God, Tiamat, Belishira, these are some things that you don't see at level 20 most of the time. So well done, those of you who survived especially. But those of you who did not, valiant effort was made, and those who survived would not be continuing on in their fragile little lives without your efforts. So let's go around and do a quick thank you to those of us still on cam and do a quick shout outs. And thank you so much, Doctors Without Borders. We are going to get these donations over to you as quickly as possible. Thank you all for your donations. What an incredible effort this has been. And you really make a difference. So really, we love you. And from all of us here at Encounter Roleplay, thank you so much. Larry, please take us away.
Well, hello, folks. I'd like to thank you again for being here and having such a great time with us for Doctors Without Borders. I'd like to show you something. If you are a 3D printer, a maker, anything like that, there's a great shortage of medical masks right now. Fortunately, Thingiverse and other locations have files available. I'm not sure how well this will show on the chroma key, but this is an example of a 3D printed medical mask and a regular face mask like this
can be cut into smaller filters, and you can get effectively 4 to 5 times the use of one of these by using one of these printed off of any 3D printer. So if you have a 3D printer, I encourage you to make them, give them to people that are under-equipped right now, such as caretakers at elderly facilities. We've even printed a set for our local grocers who are still valiantly trying to keep people's bellies filled. And thank you very much for having me as your guest. I had a terrific time.
Larry, incredible build, seriously. You survived beginning to end on this thing, and I did not think there was any way that anybody was going to do that at level 6. Well done.
Took
Super well
zero
done.
damage.
Yeah. Yeah. Shield mastery, shield evasion, and dex checks. That'll do it.
I'm there for you.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, Kat. Cleric of Cord, tell us. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm at Cleric of Cord. That's where you can find me on Twitter and hanging out in streams. I play games on the internet with my friends. The next time you can find me will be Tuesday morning at Praxmagorsforia, something like that. Deidre Donlan's Twitch channel. We are doing Phaedra, the play. It is going to be excellent, and I'm really looking forward to it. She's got some really great people lined up, and she's doing Shakespeare the rest of the week, as Pope said, so come check it out. Thank you so much, Chaos Chorus. You guys always step up, and we love you, and we appreciate you, and you smashed the goal, and it means so much. It really does. We love you. You guys are the best. And if you want to play next month, sign up in the Discord and come play in the Meatgrinder Force.
We would love to have you, seriously. This is an ongoing effort every month where we do a charity stream like this, and some lucky GM just gets to completely destroy a bunch of very, very gracious players who are just throwing themselves out there to do making a sacrifice for the greater good, which you guys did wonderfully at. Wow. So much fun. Thank you, Kat. Mega Spider, please tell us about yourself and what you're doing.
Hello, you can find me at Twitter at MacGlideSpider, where I don't do much. I just pretty much say, hey, go watch this other streamer who's probably better than me. But on Thursday this week, you can find me at twitch.tv/Jestertainment, where I'm playing some Warzone and GTA 5 throughout periods of the day. Also, thank you so much for donating to this great cause. It's honestly the best. And smash the goal, and I love that you did that. That's all from me.
Thank you so much. I honestly thought that a rogue would have a lot more trouble in this one, so well done. Seriously.
37 HP. That's why I left off one.
Decrimbo.
Yeah, I mean, I already did my shout-outs when I died earlier. But huge thanks to chat and to you, Corey, for running this. Thank you so much. And you'll see me around. I'll be, if you ever come to an Encounter Roleplay shows, I'll be in chat. Like the Crownlands coming up on Monday at 2 p.m. I'll be there. So we can hang out and talk tomorrow.
Definitely. I've got some friends in that game.
Yeah, it's blast.
Janie No Text, looking at you. You knew as a rock star on my other show. Yeah, love that guy. All right. And Diane, please give us a shout out here.
So, as you can see, username is unrevealed because I'm a huge Tolkien nerd, of course. That's how you find me on Twitter. I don't really do much there. I talk. I guess that's what it's for. My shout out honestly is going to be for the charity for Doctors Without Borders. They are wonderful. I know this partly also because with where my dad worked when I was young and growing up, he worked a lot in the medical industry, and working with them was always one of the highlights. So of course I was going to be a part of this. Thank you for running this. Thanks for this ridiculous experience. I hope to join it again, and I'm almost disappointed I didn't die a glorious death, but try again.
Hey, how many people get to stride in as a golden god?
Yeah.
Look at a Dracolich and make it fall in love with them that quickly? Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. I really think that your character is clearly one of the Undying. And in Eberron, there are people who actually are positive energy liches. They survive long beyond their normal years, and they are not evil. They are good liches. They are just preserved by the spirit of I believe it's Sybaris who preserves them. And they're normally you find them in the elves down in the south, but yeah, there's a whole lot of lore around that. But anybody can become one, and so I really think walking in with all them golden oiled muscles and a dragon falling in love with you, that's an immortal right there.
Yeah,
I'll take
I mean,
it.
when you're changing up Dragon's luck, I mean, oh my goodness, yeah.
This is
Oh,
really
that
hoping
was
to
great.
plummet to the earth, but
Thank you so much for everybody who was doing switching and admin on this. Nice going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, honestly.
Tech
Man.
production with ERP. You guys are incredible. Seriously. We got Charlie and Lydia out there helping us in the disembodied voices for today. And seriously, couldn't do it without you guys. Love you so much. And I want to say, okay, so you can just my quick shout out. I am a huge advocate for Doctors Without Borders. That's someone I support year round. And I seriously, one of my all-time favorite charities to donate to. But I am DM Corey. You can find me over on Twitter, Twitch. You can find me on Instagram, everywhere. It's at DMCORRY. And please do give me a follow. My DMs are open. If you want to get the game together, I'm looking this year specifically to be a player in streamed games. So if you've got something coming up, let me know. I'm probably amenable. I'll try and make some time and get it in and just fight that comfort zone of the eternal DM. Make me role play something with consistency for more than an hour. I'd love to do it.
Accepted.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. What an incredible stream. And to all our sponsors, to all of our donors and our viewers out there, to all of our players today, and to everyone over at ERP, thank you so much for an incredible stream. And to everyone, especially over at Doctors Without Borders, keep up the good work and bring life-saving medical technology to those who really, really need it. And we love you all. Thank you so much.